by the major attractions exits. Right now, things are up to speed for those who need to take the turnpike north and southbound today. Traffic moving well on the 408 and the 429. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Look, a lot of people don't know about uninsured motorist coverage until it's way too late. But Mo DeWitt, my attorney buddy, taught me that uninsured motorist coverage really protects you. I'm not an attorney. I don't know. But if Mo DeWitt says it's important, I know it has to be because he's speaking from experience. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo. That's justcallmo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Looking for something different to do this month? Come explore the St. Johns River on the St. Johns River Ship. The St. Johns River Ship is packed with unforgettable events on the water, from elegant themed high tea cruises to high energy nights like Rockin' on the River, live shows, and specialty dinner cruises. Celebrate holidays, theme parties, or just enjoy a night out with incredible food, entertainment, and scenic views. Don't miss what's coming up next on the river. Visit stjohnsrivershipco.com. That's stjohnsrivershipco.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Orlando, this is your last chance to see the Storm at home in the regular season. Friday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. The Orlando Storm take on the DC Defenders at the Inter & Co Stadium. It's hats off to the Heroes Night as we honor the brave men and women who serve our community and our country. Be there for hard-hitting football, a playoff push, and an electric Friday night under the lights. Plus, the first 5,000 fans get a free Orlando Storm hat. Tickets start at just $16. Get yours now at UFLstorm.com. That's UFLstorm.com. Join the Storm. Experience the chaos.
Trapped in a timeshare? Fees rising every year while availability shrinks? Resorts making exiting nearly impossible? That's why I partner only with Lone Star Transfer. This family-owned company is transparent, honest, respectful. They have helped more than 40,000 owners exit legally and ethically through a simple guaranteed process. No surprise fees, no unused vacations. Please visit LoneStarTransfer.com or you can call 855-551-7066.
Quitting things is usually pretty easy. Like when you bought that fishing pole, used it once, and caught nothing but sunburn. Ouch. Or when you wanted to save money until that sneaker drop happened. Quitting things is pretty easy, but quitting menthol cigarettes isn't. Menthol enhances the effects of nicotine, which can make them more addictive. We can help. Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services to help you stay smoke-free. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine patches, gum, or lozenges. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. 800-LifeLock. 1-800-LifeLock or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Thursday, May 14th, 2026. Lots to get to today. From USA China trip chaos to a huge update in the Sloth World controversy. And Major League Baseball has a major spaghetti problem. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Major spaghetti problem?
And so are you. You can join us with the dispatch. Send yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. And you can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Not too bad. How are you? I don't know if that's good for you. I don't know.
Oh,
if
not
that's
great. Not great. Just going to try to get through today. So I'm going to minimize. I'm going to minimize talking. I have some ideas for Skull Mike. I'm also going to. We're going to have to postpone secret shows tonight. We're going to have to do that later. Yeah, that sucks. It does. But what I'm trying to do is just get through, today at the very least, and hopefully tomorrow on the show. I don't feel too bad, honestly. I just,
that's good.
Throat's a little sore, and you can hear my voice is a little bit weaker than it's supposed to be. Then I don't want a weak voice, for God's sake. I don't want to do that. But help us today. We got Fritz on the street. We got a lot of other great things on the way, but help us out as well. How do you do that? Well, you send in a dispatch. Make it so I have to talk a little bit less. That'll be fantastic.
To help this voice thing for Fritz on the street, you can't be shouting your name. You're just going to have to slide it in there nice and soft.
I think I should get a handicap.
And just hope that Fritz hears you.
Yeah, I think I should get a handicap today. Like, I should be able to play some sort of sound effect, and that should get me in there.
You're not happy, man.
That should count. That's me saying my name.
You're not happy, man.
During Fritz on the street, the old lady that
I can do one too.
Chunky. Oh, that's fast too. Chunky's way faster than what I got going on. That'll do it right there.
Oh, that's way too slow.
Yeah, that is too slow. We'll figure it out.
You need like
Chunky. All right, I do.
Please clap.
No, I ain't gonna do it. We'll figure it out before Fritz on the street, and that's coming up in a couple hours here on the show. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And let's go to China, everybody. That's where all the tech executives are, and the Trump administration. They're over there. They're whining and dining with the Chinese folks, and they're doing their thing, and all the media outlets are out there as well, which has been interesting to watch. One of the things I saw was on CBS, and CBS was were they in Taiwan? I got to figure out.
I thought it was Beijing.
No, but they didn't make it to China. CBS didn't make it over to China. They're like close by, and they have a cameraman who just completely KO'd during the CBS Evening News yesterday. And it was like live on the CBS Evening News, which that means nobody saw it. So I'll bring it to you now. Yeah, I'll bring it to you now. Since people don't watch that as much.
I read this article about what happened. I haven't seen the video yet. So this is this at least is new to me. I knew that it happened. And it said like there was an incident and they had to cut to break early and they had to get medical attention, and then the rest of the article was about how terrible CBS Evening News ratings are compared to ABC with David Muir and some of the other.
Where are you reading this stuff?
What do you mean?
Where was this from? Where was this article from?
It was whatever. Like I think it was a notification on my phone.
That's why. That's why this anti-ABC faction it was an Apple iPhone.
It was, yes.
I knew it. See, I knew what was going on there. Yeah. Are they crumbling? Is that what's happening?
They're saying that the CBS evening newscast is the one that's doing the worst of all the evening news offerings.
Tell me if this helps or hurts. Here we go. Here's what happened last night.
And finally tonight from Taiwan, as President Trump and China prepare to meet, you will hear a lot about American decline and the rise of a powerful new China. The Chinese.
All right, I could barely hear it right there, but I think that was the cameraman falling over, and the shot froze. And then they just had like B-roll of China to switch over to, because that's what you were hearing there. It was like normal.
And finally tonight from Taiwan, as President Trump and China prepare to meet, you will hear a lot about American decline and the rise of a powerful
He
new
fell
China.
right there.
The Chinese certainly, is he okay? We're going to take a quick break. We have a medical emergency here.
Now they just run B-roll.
We're calling a doctor.
You hear him trying to like get over there. Back to the studio.
So I'm going to sign off for Tony DeCopo, who's been reporting in Taiwan. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I guess so. And then they just B-roll it all the way to commercial. The cameraman fell out. He just completely fell out. They said he's okay and recovering. He had a medical emergency. And it says, tonight during the final segment of CBS Evening News, our cameraman on set suffered a medical emergency. Thankfully,
made
he's
it all
okay.
the way to the last segment.
I know.
Right at the end there.
He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. The hantavirus hasn't set in yet. I'm fine.
It's got to be really nerve-wracking to do that and have this happen to you in another country, like in China, and then you know, if you come to and you're in the hospital, or you come to before that, but they're taking you to the hospital.
Oh God!
And most of the doctors speak Chinese.
Yeah, Hu Jintao, and you like hear like a whole thing in the background where everybody. Oh, that would be frightening. I'd be scared as hell if that happened. But that's what happened to him, I guess. But he's okay.
Do you think when he orders food from the Chinese hospital, they do it in numbers?
I hope so. Otherwise, he's not going to know what the hell's going on. I did see last night, and I hate to pin this to you, C-Lane. I do. I honestly hate to pin this to you. Because, folks, if you're new to the show, you might not know something. C-Lane, he was, I think he still is, somewhat of a fan of the Dave Matthews Band.
Well, no, I'm going later this month to go see him.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what just happened? You must have, right?
Yeah.
You know what happened last night?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I had not heard about this until this morning. Some company, and this must be so expensive.
Okay, so this is the same company. Remember when you lived downtown?
Yeah.
And we had just done secret shows.
Right.
We had just finished doing secret shows, and we went out on your balcony. You were having a cigarette, and I'm looking around, and I was like, there's a bunch of tour buses at Amway tonight. I wonder who's playing. And I looked on their website, nothing. Then I looked around Twitter, and I go, oh, there's a private event tonight that Muse is playing at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
you got in there.
I hopped on Facebook, and I said, anybody got any connections? Anybody got any of those connections for the private event at the Amway Center tonight?
Hook a brother up.
Yeah, hook me up. And I had a friend of mine who, coincidentally, also big Dave Matthews Band fan, been to a handful of shows with him and like hung out and tailgated. And he's like, dude, I'm working the show. Meet me at Casey's and I'll hand you a pass. I was like, sweet, let's go. Got into Muse for free. All the food and drink was free. And it was a badass show. And so that was SAP Sapphire is the conference that they were doing that. And they did shows like this at the arena for a while. And I don't know when they made the transition over to Disney.
Yeah, what's more expensive? Getting a giant arena and having Muse play for your employees at the arena, or what they did yesterday, which was after 5:30, they totally shut down Magic Kingdom just for a corporate buyout. They bought Magic Kingdom all night long for their employees.
I am inclined to think that the Magic Kingdom would have been more expensive.
That's got to be pricey, because otherwise they'd be like, "What? More, how much money could we be making here?"
I think I heard this might be a slower season for Disney, but closing the park at 5:30 seems extremely early, even if it is a slow time.
And how much you got to pay for this? Dave Matthews to play right in front of the castle in Magic Kingdom. I mean, that can't be cheap, right?
I wonder how much Dave got.
Oh my God. I would have to say hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not like maybe $500,000 or something.
I don't know. I mean, there's like 8 members of that band, and there's a whole like
but there's the Dave
Matthews
share, and then there's the other guy share.
Sure,
right? It's like You get the Dave Matthews bite of the money, and you get the rest of it, and it's like, wow, okay, wow. I mean, pretty cool. Small crowd. You have all of Magic Kingdom to yourself. You got Dave Matthews Band playing on the stage in front of the castle.
And then
good God.
Then when they got done, they did the fireworks show. Like that they would normally do, like with the projections on the castle.
Yeah.
Full fireworks show. And then close the night out. It was a shorter set for them, and mostly just radio hits.
Unbelievable.
Like mostly just like I think that if my wife were at this show, she would know most of the songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like that though. I would have liked that. If you were there, if you know how much they paid for it, let us know. All right, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous emails the show. Hey, News Junkie, please keep me anonymous. I used to have really bad stuttering as a problem when I was a kid, all the way up to the 5th grade. We were talking about stuttering in that PSA the other day. When I had a speech pathologist work with me at school by the name of Cindy Dawson. I never had a chance to thank her until one day I was at the meat department at Walmart about 30 years later. I got the cojones to go up to the hood to ask her if you recognize me because she kept glancing over at me. They asked me my name, and I told her what it was, and she said if I remembered her, and I said no. She told me her name, and I started crying like a baby right in the middle of the Walmart, this person says. I never had a chance to thank her until that day. I'm getting a lump in my throat right now writing this, so this is my story. Sorry if it's been a couple of days. I've been catching up on the shows. Thank you for all you do, and I hope to continue to hear you on the air, says Anonymous. I mean, that's a big deal. You help somebody with this stutter when they're a kid, it's gonna stick with them. You got a grown man crying in a Walmart at the meat department, for God's sake.
I have actually a clip of Anonymous here.
Do you? Yeah. He's like, I hate. Why did you have to save that one? Why that one in particular? I don't want the stuttering masses to be really upset at me, but it seems like it might be inevitable. Let's see what else we have here. Here is somebody writing about a podcast listener with a confession. Anthony says, I used to work at a pretzel stand where the Magic played. We used to make a pretzel that we just coated it in butter and let it dry. Then we would coat it in butter again and let it dry. We did it about 15 times, and then we put salt on it. And when the fattest person of the day came up to order, we would give it to them. We called it the heart attack.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Dude,
email.
Some of these confessions, I don't know if the statute of limitations is up. You know?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
You're
yeah,
trying to hand out heart attacks?
That's a dangerous game to be playing, but they were playing it nonetheless.
I wonder if that pretzel was just like banging.
Oh, my God. The person's like, you got to try the one at the arena. They only have it every once in a while, though. It is a beautiful.
They only have it every once in a while, and you didn't know that's because a fatter dude showed up before you.
Right. Yeah, you got to. It takes a lot of work to get that one. When we come back, the battle between scooters and e-bikes in neighborhoods has gotten so bad that somebody sent an email about a video where there was a huge viral fight. I'm going to play that fight for you so you can hear what went down in a moment. And the HOA versus scooter battle is kicking off something way bigger, in my opinion. We'll talk about what happened, some recent things that have happened with these scooters, and where this is all going. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3.
Welcome behind the scenes. Skull mic activated. Here's what we're going to do.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest.
I can't talk. Can't talk as much.
Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green.
I'll put TTS on. If you make a message on chat.thenewsjunkie.com right now, it will play for everybody on the stream. Or so I think it will. So I hope it will. Thank you, Crazy Drug Cat Lady. I believe if you send a message on TNJ chat, it should play right now. Hang on. Is it not play? Oh, wait.
Chat TTS is ready.
Okay. Hold on, try it now. Wait, hold on. Okay. Did I fix it? Try it now. This sounds like a bad idea? Probably. What the hell? Why is it not working now? Oh, it's paused. It's not speaking them. It was working before the show.
Listen to Real Radio in your smartphone. Just tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Let me try it again. This worked before the show. What the hell? There's not too many gadgets. Don't tell me how many gadgets is the right amount of gadgets. This worked perfectly. Is this it? I bet this is the problem. Is it because I have do not disturb on?
Chat TTS is ready.
It broke. Does it only work for mine? Okay. Back to the drawing board. The testing worked yesterday. It doesn't want to work right now. Now it's going to force me to talk. How are we doing, everybody? Did you hear that Tulsi Gabbard was raided by the CIA? I saw something about some files or something, but I don't know if there's anything to it yet. Call Austin. I shouldn't have to. That shit worked right before the show. Like, it literally worked perfectly.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassy's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassy's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website.
We're back in 2 minutes. Hang on.
For your big green egg today.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correct. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to...
Yeah, I think it would. Let me try to post a message myself. Does it only play mine?
Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-983-2077. That's 800-983-2077.
No.
What do you have to lose?
Nothing's playing.
983-2077. Again, 800-983-2077. You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. $1 a day, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Smart thing. Everyone should have life insurance. Here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day.
Okay, it's because of the voice, I think.
Perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou, the 50 to 60-year-old not so
Chat TTS is ready.
Okay, is it?
You're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you.
No, it's broken. All right, we'll try it another time. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Sorry to let you down. Hopefully you can forgive me. We have a lot to get into today. I'll ask you a question right now. Here we go. This is stupid. You calling me stupid? You're saying this my idea was stupid? It was a fantastic idea. It just isn't working. Please don't make me raise my voice and lose my voice, please. Please don't make me raise my voice and lose my voice. When we come back, do you believe scooters, e-scooters, in your neighborhood are a problem? Yes or no is my question for you, okay? All right, we'll come back right now. Let's go. Here we go.
Search Yacht Rock and set sail.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
You felt the wrath. And I'm going to explain what's going on here. Wait till we play this clip. A lot of emails came in about this morning to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. I asked a question during the break, Celine. I said, how many of you think there's an issue in your particular neighborhood with the e-scooters or the e-bikes and how all of this is going? I know they've been out there for a long time now. But I think there's more kids. In fact, in my neighborhood, it's less about like the rental e-scooters. And a lot of them own them.
Right.
They own the scooters. And then they just drive them on the sidewalk. And there's tons of people, like Bootsy just says, there's messages every day on Nextdoor about kids on e-bikes. There's tons of people, a lot of old people that complain about the kids zipping around on the scooters and all of that stuff.
Well, and like we learned the other day in the California story, the ones that they own are often faster than the ones that you could just rent with an app. Because I think they kind of throttle those down, make sure people aren't able to just go too fast, or also they geofence them so they make them even slower depending on where you are.
Right.
But the ones that you get on Amazon, especially the ones that Amazon will ship to an area where they go over the maximum speed of what those particular vehicles are allowed for their jurisdiction, they don't have any kind of governor or any kind of rules. It's just wild, wild west.
Ryan on YouTube says, it's terrible near the lake by me. I mean, there's a lot of areas where this happens, but let me give you an idea of what's going on with my inbox. Philip says, the tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Cocoa Beach Police Department and BCSO cracks down on these e-bike people along the beach all the time where I am. They blow through stop signs that go faster than the posted speed limit while throwing their hands up in anger at people in cars when they almost get hit by running the stop signs. Also, I was driving down a main road in my neighborhood where the speed limit is 35, and I got passed by a person on an e-bike. Like I was standing still. There are definitely ones that haul ass that people have, says Space Coast Native.
Man, I tried to get video of this kid on an e-bike that I saw the other day. He did actually do what that emailer just described. He at one point was going around some car and then threw his hands up at the car like the car did something wrong. And I don't remember the exact situation and which of them I thought was in the right. But the thing that I was trying to get video of was, remember 8 Mile, the beginning of 8 Mile, when he's in the bathroom and he's practicing and he's not rapping yet, but he's throwing his hands out like this and just kind of like practicing his rap moves almost.
That's how I get ready for the show every morning. Yeah.
That's what this kid was doing. Like he had headphones on or earbuds or something, and he had to have been listening to some sort of rap because he was on his bike just throwing his hands like he was rapping hardcore to this music. And to the person like me in my car who can't hear the music, it looked hilarious. Hilarious.
A lot of these folks out there, they're riding around, they're cruising around, they're going a little fast, and they're pissing old people off, right? A lot of old people getting pissed off about this. Now, this is going viral. It says, now a felony case, viral e-bike confrontation inside a gated Boca Raton neighborhood. Uh-oh. You're inside a gated neighborhood, kid. Watch out. It's going to get bad there. Now it says Boca Raton man accused of confronting a 13-year-old boy riding an e-bike inside the gated Lotus community, and he's now facing a felony robbery charge. So here's the actual interaction that went viral. Here it is. Oh, he just threw something at him.
It's real fun because you don't have any authority to do anything.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, I'll make a bet. Yeah, don't try and grab my phone again.
All right, so the guy's following the kid on the e-scooter, and he was trying to grab his camera repeatedly, and he's kind of batting at him over and over. And the kid's like, you don't have any authority in this neighborhood.
Want to bet?
And he's like, want to bet? You can hear him. I'll go back. But you can hear him like, that's the fight that these two are having. He threw a water bottle at him as he drove by, blowing his whistle.
Because you don't have any authority to do anything.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, I'll make a bet. Yeah, don't try and grab my phone again.
All right, now the cops are arriving.
It's going to security.
Wait, no.
Get your hands off of him.
First, the kid is wrestling to get his camera back from this guy who tried to stop him in this gated neighborhood from riding the e-bikes.
Oh, wait. So this guy is like, he works for the gated community, maybe?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's why he
story.
was saying he had authority, and that's why he's trying to steal his kid's camera, because he said it's going to security as if he were the guy who would be kind of the mall cop of the gated neighborhood, or works in the little booth where they let you in or don't let you in.
Yeah, I think that's what he does. I think he's like some sort of security there. I have the actual news story. We'll get the details and confirm all that in a moment. But now the kid's trying to get his phone back from this guy.
Oh, I'm calling my mom. Give me my phone.
Calling my mom.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Just relax.
You're gonna get hurt.
Just relax.
Yes, I live here.
Are you doing wheelies down the front?
Yes, and I told him to stop. He laughed in my face.
Oh, okay. They said, are you doing wheelies in the front? And the guy goes, yes, and I told him to stop, and he laughed in my face. So the neighborhood is gathered around here. They're trying to get this kid. The kid's trying to get his phone back that they took from him, which I feel like you can't do that. I might be wrong, but I don't know if you have I don't know if he has the authority to take the phone from this kid.
In any regular situation, I would say he doesn't have the authority, but I wonder if there's some sort of clause in the agreement that you make with the gated community, maybe in the HOA, that says like, hey, you agree to, I don't know, follow the orders of the security team there. I mean, is that even something that you can bake into an HOA agreement?
Possibly. Somebody says, is this Paul Blart? Big Paul Blart vibes. Yeah. I get that for sure. R. Willie on YouTube says, I had a kid about 12-ish flying around a corner and a car had to slam on the brakes to not hit him. The kid just got up and kept on going. There's a lot of kids. They're either on the rented ones or the scooters that they buy or the e-bikes, and they're flying around. And we're sort of in no man's land. Like, where are you supposed to ride? I talked about this the other day. Are they supposed to be on the sidewalk? Are they supposed to be on the streets? Which one is more dangerous? What are the rules? How fast can they go? Do they have to wait for stop signs? It seems like nobody really knows, and it leads to these heated confrontations.
Leave him alone.
On the video like I'm Hey.
All right, there they go.
How many times I told you to stay off?
Okay, so they grab the kid. They grab his phone.
I like how
all
the
of
kid
that
tried
good
to tackle
stuff.
him. I mean, that was just hilarious. Calm down.
Yeah, now the guy is facing a felony charge. The guy who tried to stop this. Here's Channel 12 with the details. Let's see what they say. Maybe there's something we're missing.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Liz.
Viral confrontation inside a West Boca gated community involving a teenager on an e-bike has now escalated into a felony case.
CBS 12 News first told
Why is that cutting out?
CBS 12 News first told you when a man was accused of confronting a 13-year-old boy inside the Lotus community.
Well, now after weeks of questions about whether more serious charges would be filed, he's been booked into the Palm Beach County lockup.
CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty joins us live tonight with...
So he's straight up in jail. Here he is.
Jim and Liz, this confrontation between a man and a kid on an e-bike has gotten so out of control.
Inmates, good time to look outside.
What are you doing, man?
Good time to look outside, inmates.
Katie Benty's just doing her job. She's covering this.
If you're in cell block D, Katie Benty's outside, boys.
Katie Benty's doing her report. This guy who thought he had the authority, I guess he didn't. He now is inside the prison. Like, he's inside the jail here. And he's got a felony charge for taking this kid on the e-bike, taking his phone. eFresh Rock says, even if the kid was breaking a rule, this could be an HOA fine towards the homeowner, not for taking property. Well, clearly the cops agree with you, right? Because he's behind bars. The guy's been arrested.
Jail. Now, we have been covering the story since the very beginning, since the man at the center
You
of this
covered
viral
my
video
story,
was
Katie.
first given a notice to appear for a misdemeanor charge. Then we saw more misdemeanor charges getting added on.
Really?
Fast forward to right now, he's been booked for a felony robbery charge.
Damn. That's crazy.
Dude, get your hands off of him.
The video that spread across South Florida, a 13-year-old.
I don't know who the
surrounded
lady's
by
talking to. Saying, dude, get your hands off of him. It's like, well, the kid trying to get his property back?
I think all the people in the neighborhood are against the guy who is trying to stop the kid on the e-bike. I think the people in the neighborhood have had it up to here with the e-bikes, but they went too far and they took this kid's phone, and the cops were like, this ain't happening here. And the cops are hitting this guy with it like a felony charge. I mean, he gave the kid his phone back as far as I can tell, but he's copping like major charges, this guy.
Inside the gated Lotus community in West Boca Raton.
Who's in the right here?
62-year-old Mitchell Schumann has been booked into the Palm Beach County Jail after prosecutors upgraded the case to felony robbery. CBS 12 News first noticed signs last week this case was moving out of misdemeanor court. But at the time, prosecutors wouldn't say why. Now we know. Court records accuse Schumann of taking the teen's phone while the boy was aware it was happening.
Okay.
And under Florida law, that moment matters.
So the boy here was clearly aware, and the act was sudden. So
wait, what? So if you take something from somebody and they're aware that you're taking it from them and it's sudden, it makes it a felony robbery, I guess.
Like if I were at your house and I snuck over to your shelf there, and I got your talk boy from behind you.
Whoa.
If I snuck in like after secret shows and then just grabbed the talk boy and hid it under my jacket and left, that's a lower robbery.
This is a prized possession, man.
But if you were sitting in that chair and I walked up to you and just snatched the talk boy in front of you, like suddenly you're aware of this. I'm robbing you in person now.
Right.
It's a little scarier of a crime. But so that's probably why it's a felony.
Drop back shotgun on Twitch says the guy got educated on the law instead of his feelings, LOL. I have a couple of questions here, though. One, are these people like this when you're some sort of security guard or like, neighborhood watch in the neighborhood? Do you have any authority to do anything like this? And it appears no is the answer to that.
In the U.S., an HOA generally cannot create real police powers by way of contract. A homeowners association can hire private security. Those guards usually only have the authority that ordinary private citizens or licensed security personnel have under state law. And I would be very curious as to what even the difference between those two are. If you're a private citizen versus a licensed security personnel, what's the difference? HOA powers may include typical security powers, enforcing rules on common property, asking people to leave, observing and reporting. This is sounding very Paul Blart. Issuing parking or access violations authorized by rules, detaining someone only in limited citizens arrest situations allowed by state law, which I think you have to be committing a felony or somebody has to be in danger, something like that for a citizen's arrest. You can't grant criminal law enforcement powers, authority to search homes or vehicles, general arrest authority to use force beyond what state law allows for private citizens or security, or immunity from constitutional civil liability.
Right. I get all this, but so his attorneys say this, and I want to ask you if you think there's anything to it. We are deeply troubled by the state attorney's office decision to dramatically escalate these charges on the eve of court. The timing raises legitimate concerns about whether this prosecution is being driven by evidence or objective judgment or by outside pressure and public reaction. So people got mad about the guy being a dumb rent-a-cop on Facebook watching the video go viral, and then they now up the charges to felony robbery, which just seems, it seems kind of crazy. What you have here, though, at the crux of it, in case I'm not doing a good job with the sickness hitting me today, the hantavirus waving over me, you have this cross-section of neighborhoods being absolutely positively fed up with the e-bikes, the e-scooters, and all the rest. I got countless stories about this every single day. On top of that, as they react to these kids on the e-scooters, when they do, this guy overexerted his power, or what power he thought he had. And then he went over and took this kid's phone. And then people got mad when they watched the video online. And now this guy's facing what seems to be a pretty serious charge, a felony robbery charge, which could lead to, I don't know, I mean, some significant probably punishment, I would imagine. So let us know what you think about all this. I've got more stories to piggyback on this. We'll get to the deeper elements going on here in just a bit, but give us your thoughts, tips at thenewsjunkie.com or record a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. I've seen some more of this. Like, here's the NYPD. I don't know if you've seen this. They gathered up all of these street bikes, scooters, even some e-bikes from the people that do the street takeovers, and they made this video. And they're just crushing it with a front-end loader. Crushing all the e-bikes and the scooters and the motorcycles. Squishing them.
This is so cringe.
Yes,
this is so cringe. It's so wasteful.
There is a war going on between like law enforcement, neighborhoods, HOAs, kids on. There's like a 5-party war happening here. They said they seized more than 5,700 of the dangerous vehicles this year, illegal mopeds and scooters, and that was the NYPD crushing them. I'll put that up on See It Now during the break so you could take a look. But a lot of people agree with you, C-Lane. It's like, why didn't they just take these and sell these or something? Why didn't you just crush them?
If they're illegal, they're illegal because they go too fast? If they're illegal, I get it. But if it's just like you confiscated a scooter because somebody was breaking the law with it, and now you're just going to crush it? And have a drone video and have 2 front-end loaders facing head-on, just taking all the illegal bikes and
and by the way, this wasn't happenstance. Like, they wanted to create a spectacle, obviously, right? Yeah. So crushing
the drone wouldn't have been there
in New York. Okay, I put this up over on See It Now. Take a look at it when you get a chance so you can see what's going on here. And there's a lot to unpack, but let us know what you think about this. If you have any sympathy maybe for the guy who's trying to stop this from happening in the neighborhood with the HOA, or if you think, this guy got what he deserves, he should spend some time behind bars for this. Let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, back with some of your feedback, emails, dispatches, all the rest. We got to get into what's happening in China. We got to get into something happened with the MLB. There's a lot to get to, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Robert Plant beats a hooker to death with a gator, and it's fine. He's still revered. Dave Grohl has himself a little side ass. All of a sudden, he's the worst guy ever.
Doth thou protest too much?
I have no love children.
Are you sure?
I have no children that love me.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Thursday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a very seasonable day with lower humidity and lower moisture levels, meaning it's going to be drier too. Plan for a high of around, say, 87 degrees today in Orlando. Our normal high is 88, so we're going to be pretty average today. As we head to tomorrow, we'll start to see the low chance of a stray shower or two, but still, temperatures will be heating up into the upper 80s and low 90s before higher chances of rain and storms arrive Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Florida Pest Control. Termite alert. Termite swarms are active in your area and can cause serious damage. Trust Florida Pest Control, Florida's termite expert since 1949. The only bugs they can't control are litter bugs. Book a free inspection at flapest.com.
Don't wait for hurricane season to start thinking about upgrading your windows. Start today. Get your free quote today from Reese Windows and Doors. Hurricane season is just 2 weeks away and change maybe. And at Reese, they've been installing windows for over 50 years. Those impact windows that help protect your home from the big storm, they come with a lifetime guarantee. And that lifetime guarantee transfers when you sell the house, so it increases the value of your home. It keeps you better protected and insulates your home, helping out with those energy bills. Most windows are installed in under 8 weeks, and installation is included. So get that free quote today by visiting reecewindows.com, REECE windows.com. Or if you want to win $25,000 in new impact windows, pick up your phone now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
At Mayo Clinic.
Yes, now. Some dull mikery. What's happening there, friends? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Let's see if I can see some TNJ chat, too. Let's get over here. You know, I could just open it in a browser. That would be the simple way. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Doing good. TNJ Chat 2.0. Do the old login. GTA 6 pre-orders next week. Does that mean much? He did not want to be there? I saw some footage from it, Dispatch Dan. And I heard him say, good luck with whatever you're doing here. Like whatever this is. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to play in front of the castle like that. Like what a backdrop. But I could also see a show like that at Disney, even though the park is rented out, even though they've spent a whole bunch of money on this. I could see Disney for that venue, for playing in front of the castle, like being a pain in the ass to work with. Wife and I went to DMB in Dallas and Austin, and they were great shows. Are you talking about the ones that just happened? Yeah, Dallas and Austin. Those are some good ones. And like the first couple shows they did, they hardly repeated anything. And if you went to Austin, now I'm going to nerd out here. Now I'm going to nerd out because Miat and Dispatch Dan are pushing me in that direction. But in Austin, you got to see Jake Renick Simpson on fiddle, and that guy has been a fan favorite. He sits in with the band, and then everybody's chanting like sign him up or hire him. They're chanting all around for Jake, so good for him. Dispatch Dan said it was cool, but he felt awkward as hell. Well, he always looks like he feels awkward. That's nothing new. And especially in that situation, wouldn't be surprised in the least. I had a meet and greet with him, and I was like, "Oh, this is why you're awkward." All right, going back.
8115. That's 800-480-8115.
Dispatch, this is Mindy, Advanced Air Home Services. Coming to terms with a dying AC unit is tough. If you need to replace your AC, visit advancedairandheat.com to schedule your free estimate. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806. Terms and conditions apply.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously. Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
today. Learn more about the show. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. And lots of feedback coming in, which we'll get to. Your emails, your dispatches, all the rest. Sorry about my voice. I'm just coming down with a little bit of a sickness here, a little bit of a throat issue. But we'll be fine. We'll work through this together for sure. We were talking about the e-bikes and the scooters and all of that stuff and the problems that neighborhoods were facing with this, which I know is like one of those things where you go, oh, God, boomer rant incoming. But this is a real thing. That wasn't just the clip that I played, which was like this viral interaction with an HOA and this kid who was on an e-bike in that case. But there was lots of other things. In fact, there was another story that I saw where this this teenager died on one of these electric scooters. A 13-year-old.
Super sad. I've seen some friends on social media that knew this kid, and it's just a heartbreaking thing. I was watching Good Day Orlando this morning, and I kind of got the feeling that like after they ran the story about it, Amy looked a little like a little teary-eyed, like a little. That's so so real and so devastating for somebody like that.
I mean, he's a kid. He's 13 years old. He's on one of these electric scooters. I don't fully just blame the younger kids who do this stuff because they don't even know what the rules or laws are, basically. They just know there's all these scooters everywhere. You can get them on Amazon, and then there you go. And so they're taken to the neighborhood. And I have known for a long time, since the moment I got on one of these things, that they can be pretty dangerous. I was in Paris, and Courtney and I are walking around Paris, and we had never been on any of these scooters at that time. And we go, all right, let's rent one. So we had a couple of drinks in us, right? Like should not have been going for it with the scooter in the middle of this big city. And I
going for that
one.
International DUI. All right.
I was like, here we go. Cruising through the city after a couple of drinks on the electric scooter because I thought it just kind of putted along. And when I got on, it went so fast. I've never done this before in my life. At the time, I said, you can't ride this, Courtney. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, she goes, why? And I go, well, this thing is way too fast. I don't want you getting hurt. I don't want you to fall off. She's like, you just did it. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm telling you, I was scared that I was going to fall off this thing. They go fast as hell. And we have a couple of drinks in us. Let's put this thing away. And so we put the thing away. We put the scooter away. Actually ended up getting scammed at that time because as I was going to try to shut down my rental in the scooter, somebody's like, don't worry, you don't have to shut it down. You just hand it to the next person. And they handed it to me, and they were driving along on my rental of the scooter for like the next 2 hours. That part was great. Getting the bill for that was great.
Wow. How are we just hearing this now?
Yeah, I tried to. I think I ended up getting a refund for some of it, but they tried to charge me for like hours and hours of somebody else who was like, no, don't worry, you don't have to shut down the scooter. It'll be okay. It's very, very good. I don't know, French. A 13-year-old riding an electric scooter died Wednesday night after a crash with a pickup truck in Orlando that happened on Sunday. This poor kid, this 13-year-old Colton Remsburg, he was heading to the store. Jesus. Heading to the store to buy flowers for his mom to celebrate Mother's Day on Sunday. The collision happened near the intersection of Savannah Pines Drive. According to Florida Highway Patrol, the pickup truck was traveling east. The boy on the scooter was crossing the street right in front of the church, and he was hit. It was very tragic, they said, somebody who was a friend of his. The worst thing was he didn't wear a helmet. He didn't have any broken bones on him. It's just that he hit his head so hard on the ground. That's what killed him. They said the scooter had split into two pieces. Florida Highway Patrol said the driver of the pickup truck is a 35-year-old who was not transported and remained on the scene. Troopers originally said the pickup driver did stop and render aid and will likely not be charged or ticketed. It's unclear if the driver will now face charges now that the teen has died. So, I mean, this was a kid driving around on his scooter, his e-scooter. A truck hits him. I don't know if he was like crossing where he shouldn't or whatever. There's so much confusion about where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing, how fast you're allowed to go, what rules you need to follow. Like, I think there might be like a little rules thing you agree to before you rent these scooters. Half of them, the kids bought them on Amazon anyways because they're only a couple $100s, and it's just like no man's land.
The rules thing you agree to when you rent the scooters is more likely to be to release the rental company from liability.
Yeah, because they know stuff like this can happen. 13-year-old in this case, and the other case, it was a teenager in the neighborhood, and of course he's okay, but there was a big, to-do about the HOA trying to stop him and taking his phone. Now the HOA security guy is he's behind bars already, and he's got a felony robbery charge for taking the kid's phone. It's causing a lot of issues. I happen to think, and maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I happen to look at this myself and go, is it because there's so much uncertainty about what the rules are and what you're supposed to do and how this all works? A Concrete Toad says, my son has a $1,000 e-bike. It goes about 25 miles an hour, and I'm worried every time he gets on it. He's 14 years old and real responsible, but it worries me every time. Yeah, Somebody says back on a scooter. That's not a thing. We don't do that. Okay. It's not a thing. Let's see what we have here. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Hey guys, love the show. I'm a retired deputy, 30 years. Robbery is classified as a person's crime. So basically, if you take an item by force or threat of violence, it's a robbery. There's also a robbery by sudden snatching. That's what this is. Thanks. Love the show. Appreciate that. Here's Nurse Kat saying, Dear Sean, parents should have their kids take lessons on the rules of the roads for riding these bikes. Plus, kids that are like 12 or younger don't have enough maturity to operate something motorized like this. The teens are going to take risks on them because it's their normal stage of growth and development. I'm a family nurse practitioner of 23 years. Thank you for the email. One last email here. This is from Nathan. So I built a bike, then bought a scooter, and now on my second scooter, it's a 6,000-watt scooter. It can do about 35 miles per hour with me on it. I normally will ride on the sidewalks, but if somebody's walking there, I'll go out into the street.
With me on it just made me realize that, like, if I bought a 35-mile-an-hour scooter, it would be like, oh, whoa. Not with you on it.
Slow it on down.
It's got a little bit less of a max speed now.
I also keep it under 20 miles an hour most of the time, and I've found after 3 years of riding it that as long as you don't ride like an entitled jerk, the cops will leave you alone. Thank you, Nathan. There's just a lot of this going on out there in these neighborhoods and a lot of uncertainty around it. No doubt about that. So, yeah, tell us what you think about this and who you think's in the wrong in all of these situations with these scooters that we've seen in the news for sure. By sending a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, or email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Big thanks to Space Coast Native. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the 5 gifted subs. Go grab those while you can. One already snapped up. Somebody was just sitting there waiting.
I just assumed that he gifted subs. You got me to clap, and it could have been for anything. Could have been literally anything. And I realized, I should know that that's what he did. Before I just start praising his name.
I could have been like a big thanks to Space Coast Native. He was the one behind the wheel of the truck that hit the kid on the...
Dude.
See, you wouldn't know.
Rough.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what was going on if that was the case. Seriously, big thanks to Space Coast Native. Get those Secret Show subscriptions that were gifted by him. 5 of them over on the website. You have some time right now. Very quickly claim them so you can have some Secret Shows access to unlock the website and everything around Secret Shows. Another email coming in. Hey, junkies, the Mad King here. I have a friend that was pulling out of a driveway and he stopped waiting for traffic to clear. As he was sitting there, a kid on an e-bike slammed into his car. 100% the kid on the e-bike's fault. But because there's no insurance, now my friend is stuck paying the deductible for his insurance. To add insult to injury, the kid's family got a lawyer, and now they're suing him for the kid's medical bills and damages to the e-bike. So
I thought it was the kid's fault.
That's what he said. Yeah, he said he was pulling out of a driveway. He's waiting for traffic, and the kid on the e-bike slams into his car. 100% it was his fault, and now that kid has a lawyer, and he's got to pay for him, and all of that, everything that's connected to it. So it's a very interesting phenomenon that's happening out there. And it seems a bit like the wild, wild west. Now, I can't be too against this because if I was a 12, 13-year-old kid, 100% I would want one of these things. I would want to be riding through my neighborhood on it. I would want the independence that I would feel from riding around instead of having to get a ride from my mom in her minivan everywhere. Like, I would totally want that, but it's still just, it's a rough situation. So
but that's what the bicycle was for, when I was a kid.
Yeah,
there was no moped, there was no e-bikes, nothing was electric.
Right.
But I ran my neighborhood on the bicycle.
Imagine that.
Everywhere.
Pedaling. Nobody's pedaling anymore, C-Lane?
Ugh.
The last peddler. We'll see what you have to say about all this. When we come back, a new trend led to another teenager, in this case, getting arrested. But the thing that they were up to, you're never going to believe this. Wait till you hear what's happening. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
35 years of weird. The Orlando Fringe Festival. Now through the 25th. All the info at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Two left lanes are blocked on John Young Parkway at Tap Vineland Road. That crash on the Turnpike northbound past 429, that's been moved off to the shoulder. Traffic's still backed up, though. The on-ramp's still partially blocked from the Greenway to I-4 westbound. The left lane's getting blocked there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hear that? That's the sound of another savvy driver rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com. Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. It's been about 3 years now since the launch of Life Imaging FLA right here in Orlando. Could not be more proud to celebrate this milestone. In just 3 years, this team has seen over 28,000 patients and saved between 400 and 500 lives with early detection. And here's the thing, 80% of the visitors, they leave with no issues whatsoever, but it's that peace of mind that comes along with this free heart scan. And remember, it's easy to do. There are no injections, no dyes. You keep your clothes on the entire time. And even better, it only takes a few minutes. But that few minutes could change or save your life for sure. Remember, protective prevention versus reactive medicine. Don't wait until there's a problem. Get ahead of it with this free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. Just a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value. And they make it so easy to make your appointment.
Yo. All right. I'm back. No e-bikes is the new no skateboarding. Das Jefe, I would not be surprised if that was the case. Just like so many places have replaced their no smoking signs with no smoking or e-cigarettes, no smoking or vaping, I wouldn't be surprised if they start updating those no loitering, no skateboarding, no this, no that. No e-bikes. My neighbor has one of the little scooters. I tried it out one time. I think if I went around my neighborhood more often, farther than just my own street or the next street over, it might be fun to have, but I don't know. I don't need something like that. A friend of mine messed themselves up real good hitting a pothole. Wouldn't even let you in the stadium with an e-cigarette at Raymond James? That is a little much. Yeah, Dispatch Dan, the entire park to themselves. I think I heard a number once when I worked at Universal that if companies wanted to rent out Islands of Adventure, which is where I worked, at that time, and this was 20 years ago, maybe more. What would I have been 20 years ago? I would have been 19. Yeah, it was 20 plus years ago. And I think at the time it was $1 million an island to rent out the park, because they would have these little things. I would have to work them every once in a while. They're like, all right, we're kicking all the guests out, and then some company is going to come in, and they would set, catering would come in and set up drink stations for them around the the island and stuff. But as a company, you could just rent out 1 or 2 islands if you wanted to be cheap about it. Or if you wanted to shell out $1 million an island, you could have the whole park. Close to $1 million just for the park, catering all the lands in DMV. Yeah, and Sapphire, SAP, you know, when I went to Muse, everything in like the lobby areas, for lack of a better term, you know, where you usually get concessions at the Kia Center, all those were free with a more basic menu, and just beer and wine. And then on the floor, the people who had the floor tickets got liquor, and we got somebody to give us some of that too. But very, very expensive. It's a pretty expensive thing to go to in the first place, though. Coming back.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
You can learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. And follow along on all of the social media profiles at thenewsjunkie.com/share. There's a lot of things getting young people in trouble out there. I've been talking about some of those today. There's no doubt about that, right? We've all seen these sorts of things.
Drugs.
Drugs are definitely one of them. E-bikes, C-Lane, as we discussed on the show here previously. And also there are just a bunch of these dumb challenges that pop up. And every time I see one, it's like, oh, okay, are we really... One of the ones I saw was like teenagers are being hurt. And it's always like 3 of them. You know, it's not like every teenager in the country is doing this. It's like a couple of them are doing it and it makes the news. They said teenagers are getting injured by playing real life Frogger. And they line up on a busy road and they go out there and they try to like cross the road like the video game Frogger, which I was amazed that they knew what Frogger was to start with.
Yeah. I wonder if the news organizations are adding that or if the teens are calling it like real life Frogger, because we've had other games that have been popular that are kind of more or less the same. Like Crossy Road was big for a second as kind of a reimagining of Frogger in you know, some if you looked at it in a certain way.
Yeah, and they were trying this and they were getting themselves hurt, obviously, because you shouldn't be doing this. And then now, let me bring this up in front of me here, because otherwise people might think this is fake. And again, I bet this is just a small amount of people doing this. But there's another trend that's getting them arrested called cheesing. All right, cheesing, at least in Topeka, has led to a teenager being arrested after an investigation was done then.
Like
and there
posing
was,
for a picture?
No, that's what I would have thought, too. Yeah, I would have been like, all right, you photobombing people and you like push them out of the way or something? Or
no, wasn't there, and I don't think this is the case because this doesn't really sound like it, and I also haven't heard this term in a while. Wasn't there, since we've been on the air, a drug called cheese? Like
there has been, yes.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a drug either. I'll play this for you so we can figure out what's going on here from WIBW.
News at 5.
Here we go.
A 16-year-old Topeka teen was arrested this month for an incident stemming from an altercation related to a viral social media trend. Perhaps you have seen this. This trend comes from the TikTok account Cheeser of Topeka, where a group of teens are going around the city throwing cheese slices on cars and businesses. Well, the Topeka Police Department says the altercation that led to the arrest of a teenager this month happened May 7th near the Target parking lot at 21st and Wanamaker.
Okay, just so you know, they cover their faces and they pull like ski caps over their faces and then they run up to either people or businesses or whatever, and they throw a cheese slice, right? That's the whole thing. That's the bit.
I think it's kind of funny.
And the Topeka Cheeser was the name of this person's mystery TikTok account that led to them getting arrested. Let's see if that's still up or if they took down the Topeka Cheeser TikTok account, C-Lane. But that's what it was that led to this.
Alexander Wall tells
They're cheesing.
It's important to not cross lines when participating in these social media trends.
We just don't want them to get to the point where they're putting the public in danger, public safety, public chaos. We don't want that type of stuff. So it's a fine line. Our goal is for the kids to stay on the right side of it.
Yeah, don't be cheesing out there, for God's sake. Don't be doing this. You end up in jail, arrested.
What's the worst thing that, aside from them getting into fights about it, what's the worst thing that happens about putting a slice of cheese on a window?
This says officials said during the incident, the victim confronted the suspect regarding his behavior. So somebody got cheesed, and then somebody confronted them and said, well, what the hell are you doing? You cheesing me, bro? You cheesing me right now? The suspect then allegedly displayed what was believed to be a real firearm and threatened the victim. TPD reminds the public that social media trends and pranks can escalate into dangerous situations with serious legal consequences.
Cyclone Ranger says, I thought cheesing was huffing cat urine. Is that a thing that people were doing? Huffing cat urine?
That might make more sense to arrest somebody for than this. This doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
The thing that we talked about like years and years ago now, the dangerous, highly addictive recreational drug called cheese was a mixture of black tar heroin and crushed over-the-counter cold medication, usually Tylenol PM, which had the acetaminophen and diphenhydramine. Primarily targets teenagers, appearing as a tan powder snorted through straws and frequently sold for as little as $2.
Great. Perfect. That's what we need. This is what we have going on in this country right now, apparently. Well, we'll see what happens with this. Don't let your kids cheese. Is that TikTok account still open or no?
It's still there. It's the Cheeser of Topeka, or TikTok.com/@the-Topeka-Cheeser. And there's still a bunch of videos on it. I'm trying to see the ones that have like one of the most popular. The highest amount of views they've gotten is like only in the 5 figures.
And they still got arrested, for God's sake.
Oh, well, they're still getting news attention.
Here's the account T-Lane's talking about. It says, Cheeser of Topeka, I like cheese. DM us, direct message us, targets, we take requests. No schools or physical people. We do not condone you recreate this, it says. All videos are requested people, not random. And I'll just try to pick like one of these. I don't know. Do you think they're going to curse? Are they going to... I do worry about whether there will be some cursing going on here.
Try the one you just were hovering over.
This one here? This one
two
here?
to the right.
Right. I got the wrong one?
No, this is good.
Okay. This one. Here it is. This lady is going to get cheesed, I guess. Okay. All right. They're going inside. No, they put on the window. That's it. She's very confused.
Yeah, I think it's funny because it's the lady, here's the knock on the door. He slaps the cheese on, and she just kind of looks at him like, what the hell?
I never would have thought this would lead to an arrest. That's very, very, very... I guess there's not a lot going on around there.
Well, somebody got pissed off that they were the target of a cheesing. And aggravated cheesing.
In the comments, it says, arrested, and then the account holder said, I never got arrested, twin. Stay safe, guys, unless you're lactose intolerant. Cheese never hurt anybody. Do you take requests? It literally says that in the profile. You got to do Kava. Cheese of Topeka has not been arrested. Well, that's not what I heard here. That's the news articles say that this person has been. My cousin is in this video and has and his girlfriend with the red, and my cousin is in the black. Wow, thank you for that information.
My cousin is with black.
Yeah, these are TikTokers, so they barely keep the language moving along.
The we do not condone you recreate this.
Yeah.
Is that because they want to be the only cheeser? I mean, why would you not condone it? If
nothing's
they don't
wrong. Condone it because it's like Jackass. It's like at the beginning of Jackass. Like, these are stunts by professionals or whatever. Don't try this at home. They're the professionals at the cheesing world. A couple of emails coming in we should address. Here's Robert, who says, hey, junkies, say what you will about this e-bike situation, but these kids have no business being on the e-bikes. They are motorized vehicles and should require a valid driver's license to operate them. Wait, pause. But do they? Do they require a valid driver's license? Just because they have electronic motors.
It depends on how fast they can go, or it used to be CCs, but I don't even know if they measure electronic motors in CCs.
Yeah. No, I don't think so, right? Because that's cubic centimeters of the actual engine. So maybe they do. I think they do it by like watts or amps or something. We talked about it yesterday, a real powerful one. But he says they're motorized vehicles that should require a valid driver's license to operate them. But I don't know if they do. Because that if so, if they require a driver's license to drive one of these e-scooters, every kid I see is breaking the law because there's tons of like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids driving these. There's no possible way that they're all getting around the terms of service, is there?
Let's see. A driver's license required for vehicles designed to travel at speeds greater than 20 miles an hour.
Well, some of them do, unless they put them right below it. Maybe they put them right below it. It's watts now, 750 watts.
Specifically, I haven't read that. Specifically, low-speed vehicles in Florida, defined as having a top speed between 20 and 25, require a valid driver's license to operate on roads with speed limits of 35 miles an hour or less. I'm trying to think of 0 to 20. Golf carts generally do not require a formal driver's license, though operators 18 plus need a photo ID, and those under 18 need a learner's permit.
Really? Well, I see them breaking that all the time because I see kids on the golf carts too.
Hell yeah. We used to take my friend's dad's golf cart out all the time in high school.
Maybe it's just not something that the police cite them for, if that's the case. That cop who emailed me, follow back up, please. Robert says, that would end all the BS that's going on here with the e-bike controversy. Anonymous emails, hey, Sean Seeley, my only issue with the e-bikes and scooters is that while I understand idiots are going to be idiots, they need to either be on the street or on the sidewalk consistently. I don't think they should be on the sidewalk at all. I don't think that things with wheels and any sort of motor should be on the sidewalk. Am I crazy here? Sometimes I feel like I'm talking crazy talk. I don't feel like anything with a motor should be on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is for people walking.
True.
So like a mom pushing her stroller is the only wheels that should be on the sidewalk.
That's
not even
true.
bicycles. Bicycles are supposed to be on the road.
Bicycles are supposed to be on the road. I just think that most parents would argue, my kid's allowed to do this, but I don't want them being like in the same lane as the cars. Like I don't want them being with the cars.
And when they're in the lanes with the cars, you end up with a situation like we just talked about previously where the 13-year-old got hit by the truck because he was actually on the roads. You know, he's on the roads. I'm getting really tired of people on e-bikes and e-scooters jumping back and forth between the sidewalk and the road whenever it's convenient for them, especially to avoid waiting at lights or stop signs so they can keep moving. I also think people using these e-bikes or scooters have to be added to either their parents' car insurance or homeowners insurance because if there is an accident, nobody can pay for it. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Thank you for the email.
What did the person in the chat say about wattage? Because I'm seeing...
I lost it now.
It's okay.
950 watts or something like that?
Oh, I'm seeing less. In most U.S. states, it's legal for a kid without a license to operate an e-bike because e-bikes are legally classified more like bicycles than motor vehicles, at least if they stay within certain speed and power limits. A typical state framework defines an e-bike as something that has operable pedals.
All right.
So pedals, I think, is a key because everybody's calling these things bikes, but some of them don't have pedals. Those are scooters or something different.
Operable pedals is implying that pedals that when you turn them, it turns the wheel. A manual bicycle, like a bicycle. Otherwise, it's not considered an e-bike. It's considered a vehicle or some sort.
An electric motor below a specified wattage, often 750 watts, but I guess that part varies by state, and a maximum assisted speed, commonly 20 to 28 miles an hour, depending on class. Once an e-bike fits that definition, lawmakers often exempt it from driver's license requirement, vehicle registration, title requirements, and motorcycle insurance rules, which is why a minor can often ride one legally even without a driver's license.
Jesus. All right. Well, there's a lot to unpack there, so we'll see if we get any more thoughts on that, and we'll move along. We got to get geared up for a bunch more, including Fritz on the street on the way here. Big thanks to Crazy Drunk Cat Lady. Woo! Also hit
Who did she run over?
No. She gave 3 gifted subs, 3 Secret Shows gifted subs. Thank you, Crazy Drunk Cat Lady. Go grab those now, courtesy of Crazy Drunk Cat Lady on thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, we'll see what's going on in China. What's happening out there? We got hantavirus updates. We got Fritz on the street. We got a lot on the way on a Thursday, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You got to get it that caper. And the caper's basically like a telephone pole, right? And you got to get that thing straight up. If you get it straight,
I got you guys taken care of. I just have to talk about boners real quick. Just have to talk about boners. Stand by.
Some trouble on John Young Parkway at Tap Vineland Road. Northbound lanes are getting affected. Left lane's blocked on John Young Parkway, southbound at Colonial Drive. Off to the shoulder, there's a crash on the Turnpike. Northbound past 429. The on-ramp still partially blocked from the Greenway to I-4 westbound. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Went a couple weeks ago and met with the folks over at Premier Men's Medical Center, as I have done with many of the sponsors on the show, and just kind of checked the place out. Wanted to see what everything was all about, and it said, hey, listen, you know, talk to me like a new patient. I want to see how it works here when people go and get their free consultation at Premier Men's Medical Center. And so they walked me through all the steps and all the things that cause a person to have symptoms of ED or PE and why that stuff happens. And more importantly, their goal there. The goal is to avoid surgery, avoid anything super invasive. Surgery is expensive and uncomfortable, and it's not fun. And it's something that they want you to avoid. So they say, hey, listen, if you're seeing those symptoms in the bedroom, stop brushing them off, stop joking about them, and call Premier Men's Medical Center. Come in and do the free consultation, and let's see what's going on with you, because they often can help you with procedures that are not invasive at all, painless procedures. And 98% of men see results right there in the office, because Premier Men's Medical Center helps men get back to where they should be in the bedroom and beyond. When you feel like yourself again at home, your confidence gets back. It's not going to mess with your relationship anymore, and you're not having to rely on pills hoping for a different result. That's just a Band-Aid, and Premier Men's Medical Center has the fix. They're offering that free consultation. You should call now. 407-723-7533. Don't overthink it. Just call 407-723-7533. Hey now. My wife crushes them and puts them in my water. Oh, you're talking about the peels? Concrete Toad, that's not how it works. The 4-hour thing is an anomaly, and that's like they say if it lasts that long, that's why you should see a doctor or seek some sort of medical attention. I get a discount for this commercial. I actually was supposed to go pick up some of their so they offered me some pills to try out. I said, why not? So, Concrete Toad, are you meaning to say that you did have the long-term effect there? 3 hours. Rode a moped after my DUI. Cyclone Ranger, that's what I was talking about, I think, yesterday. That my dad or somebody used to say, like, mopeds are for winos. Because they all have DUIs. They can't drive their regular cars, so they ride around on mopeds. No, 4 hours is not normal. I mean, unless you're trying to keep going at it. But, like, the times where I have used such a thing, it's, well, you're done, you're done. You still have to get aroused for those to work. It's not like you just, if somebody were to slip you a boner pill, like just for some funny ha-has, you would just be walking around pitching a tent all day. Yeah, you still need to get excited. I'm trying to say this in the nicest way. 4 hours sounds painfully. I never 4 hours. Come on. Winos and Macklemore. That is true. You know, it took me a while because so many songs that I just never pay attention to the words. And even with that song, I don't think I had seen the music video immediately. I didn't realize that song was about mopeds for like a while. Like it was like an embarrassing amount of time before I realized, oh, that song's all about mopeds. But Macklemore's got some bangers. He seems like he fell off a little bit or is just kind of coasting, do his own thing. But he had some real good ones. White Walls got me pumped. Every time I heard White Walls, woo, let's go. Macklemore. You know, is Macklemore always with Ryan Lewis? Because I feel like people just say Macklemore, but it's Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Like most of these. Oh, R.R. Youngs, I'm sorry to hear that. That is not a fun situation to be in. And I hope everything works out there. I'm not getting ran over. This is Mike. Not getting ran over because of a dumb law. It makes sense. And that's why I was saying I think a lot of parents would say the same thing. Like, listen, you get a ticket for riding your bike on the sidewalk, I'll pay it. All right, 20 seconds.
Radio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
Hang out with us here on the show today. Send a dispatch in or an email, even if you're a little more hesitant to have your voice on the show, to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I just glanced up and see the chat messages, and I'm like, what? C-Lane's taking over because my voice is rocky because I got some throat issues going on here. I'm getting a little sick. And I go, what does he have them talking about over there?
We covered a lot of topics.
Why is somebody saying... Never mind. I can't even say what they're saying. There's the various comments on there that are. I was like, oh, okay. They're having some sort of very interesting sexual discussion over there right now.
It was just about pills and stuff.
Yeah,
different pills.
Yeah. It's just somebody said this was my nickname in high school.
I missed the nickname in high school. Yeah. Like I said, we covered some things. But somebody was saying that they tried out a boner pill. And that their wife was like, next time you try one of those things, you better find somebody else to use it on because I'm not trying to get mixed for 3 hours.
It takes a little long. Yeah, right. I get it. I get it. All these people, the gorgeous people, the best people, TNJ chat people.
Even that guy's wife.
YouTube people, love you so much. And there's just an unbelievable showering of love from most of the audience. And then there's the weird ones. And there are some weird people. You just have to know, like the show brings along with it weird people. The hot dog on your roof people, that kind of thing. I had a guy not long ago. I never talked about this at the time, but this is a true story. I had a guy not long ago who sent me this big, long TLDR email. And I kid you not, like pages long. And he said he's never listening to the show again. This was maybe 5 months ago. By the way, he still emails all the time, so he still listens to the show. Most cases, like, I'm never listening to the show again. And oh, by the way, I'll email you on Friday, right? It just keeps coming in. This guy sent me a multi-page email months ago, and he said, I'm never listening to the show again. And his reasoning why was because I stopped drinking as much. Not him, me. He said, Sean has reduced his drinking, and I think the show is suffering for it. And if he's not going to be drinking as much as he was before, I won't be listening to the show anymore. And I'm like, is this the bartender? Like, who would possibly be impacted by this? Is this my local bartender that's getting less visits from me? For the record, folks, I still have about 4 or 5 drinks a day on some days. You know,
prove it.
Yeah, I'm going. What
no fun, Sean.
What is the problem here? Dude's got a point. Like, what a weird thing, BDMX Con, for somebody to be worried about. They were like, I just can't deal with this. Since Sean stopped drinking as much, and somebody says the White Claw salesman, that's the only thing that would make sense. That is the White Claw salesman, because I do drink. I drink quite a bit. I go to the bar 3-4 days a week. I have a couple of drinks each time. I've moderated a lot, but what a weird thing to be mad at. I do miss Sean drinking, especially on the show. We used to do shots every day at 2 p.m. We used to be in the middle of a global pandemic that was altering our lives, right?
Okay, so when hantavirus becomes another global pandemic, we'll go back. We'll go back to Sean's studio. We'll do the show there and all the drinks.
Guys, is it also okay if I try to maybe live past 50? Is that okay?
No, monkey. You are here for the entertainment.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my God. Somebody says Cordy used to come in and pour the shots. Yes, there was a weird time, right? It was a weird time. We don't need to do that anymore. It didn't make anything better. And arguably, the show quality was diving at that point. It was very, very far down in the gutter, for God's sake.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know about that.
We don't need to be drinking during the show, okay? We can get here and get the job done and then drink afterwards. We drink on secret shows. Every single time we have a secret show, we drink on secret shows, and we have a great time, and it's fun. If you want to hear that, go over there. But if
anybody's holding us back by not drinking there, it's usually Joshua Marie Fowler.
Yeah, he's doing some cleanse or God only knows what. Somebody says I was out when he quit smoking. I've heard that before too.
What does that even matter?
I don't know. There's like, what a weird reason to be upset with me. It's like, I get that all the time. I don't know what it is. I told you guys not too long ago, somebody was very mad at me on social media because they said I don't promote the station enough. Dude, the company has put this show and therefore me on over a dozen stations across the country, okay? So I can't talk about the local station quite as much. I still try to do everything I can. We try to put all the reads in and stuff, but they've expanded our reach beyond that. And this guy was like, he's not a team player. Not a team player. And again, I'm going, who is this person? These are all like the weird types of things that I get on at least a weekly basis. There'll be something. Yesterday, there was somebody so upset by the show. They said they're never going to listen again. True story, okay? Never going to listen again. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. They said Sean is not taking the hantavirus seriously enough. I said, I've talked about it from every layer of it being on the show, from it first popping up, from the CDC and the World Health Organization and their comments of it, to the interesting twists and turns of the people on the ship, covering it as a viral story. And then I've in and out covered this over the past couple of weeks, so much so that there's been some people going like, hey, you're covering this too much. But this person said, you're not taking this seriously enough. And you said the media was overhyping it. Before I did that segment, I go to chat. They were talking to the chat room during the break. And I said, how many of you think the media has overhyped the hantavirus stuff as if they want this to pop off because, they want some of the attention they got during the COVID times? And almost everybody, universally everybody, left, right, and center was like, yeah, this is being overhyped. This is being overhyped. This is being overhyped. And I think everybody agrees on that. The World Health Organization is saying this is not going to be some big thing we need to ring alarm bells about. Every organization, every single organization that I've seen agrees with sort of the way that it's being handled on the show here. We're telling you about the viral story and going over it. Like, nope. Like Kurt says, I demand you be alarmist and freak out. I'm never going to listen to the show again. Okay, bye. See you later. What do you want from me? I can't narrowcast to some people who have weird desires like that. Like you want this to be a hug box for you freaking out about a virus that nobody else is freaking out about other than the people who are on the cruise ship. Right. And I'm still talking about, I still got some stuff on deck today. Like they let one of the people go that was in quarantine. I think that's kind of interesting. I think people are talking about this a little bit, but what the hell what are you talking about? Like, why angry about that? Cha-ching says, I stopped listening to the News Junkie because Sean doesn't like shower sex. So that's way back. Yeah. You're going way back with that one. It's got to be funny getting those emails. Oh, a little bit of it is. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you look and you go, people get upset about the dumbest of things. Your life should be enjoying yourself, trying to find things that occupy your day and entertain you, and hopefully this show is that for you. Following all this stuff happening in the world, learning about what's happening in our lives, having some fun, having some laughs, right? You should be focused on enjoying that. That's the literal, in my mind, the literal meaning of life is having fun, enjoying yourself, and doing these things.
Pursuit of happiness.
The literal pursuit of happiness, Elaine. And the idea that you would be mad about me talking about the hantavirus being overhyped, which it just inarguably is. Like, you're just wrong and dumb and loud and whatever. Like, just inarguably it is. For you to be mad about that, for you to be mad about the lack of promotion for a local market, whatever, all of it's very weird. I quit listening to the News Junkie because C-Lane hates homeless people. That was really long ago. I mean, folks,
I think that domain name expired already.
Oh, big time, folks. I used to buy mean web URLs and point them at C-Lane's Twitter at least once a week. All right?
There was a lot. There was a big list. There's a big list. C-Lane hates homeless people.
C-Lane hates America was one of my favorites.
That was one. IDrawSwastikas.com.
IDrawSwastikas.com. I mean, there's some that
I got some texts about that one.
There was a lot of them, okay? A lot of them that were over the line. But I was trolling C-Lane for quite a while with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think I got any pushback on that. You got the pushback, strangely enough.
Barely.
BDM Brett says, all these people who quit listening, but the ratings are higher than ever. One of the things I wish, this is just true story. We're just doing a little banter behind the scenes before we get set up for, we got to do the hot sheet in a second. We got a Fritz on the street coming. We're just a little behind the scenes here, if you don't mind. One of the things that I wish happened was, in this industry, we work off of audience measurement. And audience measurement works in a very particular way where it depends on what market you're in, but most markets, people have some devices that measure their listening. If everybody who sent an email like that had a measurement device the next day to wait with all the desperation in the world to see if I read their email or mentioned whatever their thing was, oh my God, we'd be sky high. We'd be sky high. Because that's what they do. They send it. And C-Land has seen this before. One thing that happens all the time, which is kind of funny, and honestly, I've laughed at this many times on the show, is there's so many comments coming in right now that are distracting me. One thing that happens all the time on the show is people will start screaming at me for whatever issue. And then when I respond to them, if they send me an email and they've said, oh, Sean, your coverage of the hantavirus is over the top, I'm never listening again. If I respond and go, hey, thanks for sending the email. The news has been a little slow, so we were just focused on that because it was kind of an interesting thing for the moment. Have a great day. Even if they sent the most mean email in the world, the response 9 times out of 10 is, whoa, you actually responded? holy cow. Hey, dude, huge fan of the show.
Uh-huh.
Sorry for the email. And it's like, oh, my God, come on. Can we not do this? Good God. Somebody says don't get into politics and people get mad. No one gets mad about the politics. All right. You know how many emails I get about the political stuff? One every 6 months or something. This is million other emails. It's not that. It is literally not that people get mad about. It's usually their pet issue. Whatever their very pet issue is the thing they get mad about. Remember the story? I said, C-Lane, I said, from my own perspective, okay, this was my experience in life. My lived experience was that I went to a high school and the high school sucked. All right. It was so bad. Like, it was the worst high school experience I could have, which is why I started skipping all the time. And I ended up having to go into another school to get my high school diploma. But I would talk about this, and I talked about it not long ago. And I said, Palm Beach Lakes High School when I went there was the worst school in the world. It was so bad. And somebody got so offended by that. And didn't they demand I apologize or something?
I apologize or some sort of retraction or something. And no.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to apologize for just telling you what my actual experience was going to some kind of high school because it's a pet issue of yours. That's the kind of weird stuff that goes on.
And then we looked at the grade of that high school, and it hasn't improved since you've been there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have. No, it doesn't seem that was the case. I talked about China. The China trip is underway, so let's work this in very quickly before we hit the break here. Trump is in China. He's got Elon Musk. Elon Musk bought his damn kid. Now, I like kids, okay? But if you're going to go to China to try to save the world and stop the big East versus West showdown extraordinaire and the United States versus China, Elon Musk, leave your kid at home, okay? Leave little Xenon or Airplane Face or I don't know what he names his kids. Leave the little kid.
Megazord.
Yeah, Megazord can stay home, all right? The little bugger can stay home. He's a cute kid. He is. Well, what are we doing? Are we fixing things in China? What's going on? Do we need to bring the kid along with? Is that a little bit unnecessary? I think maybe so. Trump is talking in China. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he's saying to the Chinese people as he's in their country, along with this big delegation of tech CEOs.
Just as many Chinese now love basketball and blue jeans, Chinese restaurants in America today outnumber the 5 largest fast food chains in the United States, all combined. That's a pretty big statement.
All right. So, first of all, this is hilarious. He's talking about like how Chinese people love blue jeans and how Americans love Chinese food and
they love American things.
Like, we're all connected. Let me play that again so I can get the exact stat. All right?
Just as many Chinese now love basketball and blue jeans, Chinese restaurants in America today outnumber the 5 largest fast food chains in the United States, all combined. That's a pretty big statement.
Okay, they outnumber the Chinese restaurants in the United States outnumber the top 5 fast food restaurant chains combined. Is that true?
Is that possible?
How many McDonald's are there? We talked about that yesterday with the employees. How many McDonald's locations are there alone in the United States of America? You add McDonald's, you add Subway, you add, I'm trying to think about the biggest fast food brands.
Based on industry rankings, the top 5 fast food restaurants in the U.S. are generally McDonald's. I don't know if I agree with this one, but I guess Starbucks.
Oh, is that really? Okay, I guess that's a restaurant.
Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, and Wendy's.
Okay, so those 5 right there. Do you think there are more Chinese restaurants
than all those combined?
That's a lot, man. Somebody says there's a Chinese restaurant in every shopping plaza. There is, but I mean, there's a Wendy's in every shopping plaza, like or one of the 5 of those. Somebody asked TNJAI, as of 2025, there are approximately 24,913 Chinese restaurants in the United States of America. And then there's 13,000 McDonald's. They're asking all of this to TNJAI and chat.thenewsjunkie.com. That's a lot. If true, crazy. That's one of the ways we're trying to connect with them. Meanwhile, they got the kids under control over there. The little Chinese kids doing a whole presentation. There they are. The screaming for Trump and Xi Jinping. That's the president of China. There they are. These kids seem happy, but if they stop dancing and singing and moving around, they all will be shot, just so you guys know. That's how this will end. It says hordes of little Chinese kids jumping up and down, waving American and Chinese flags to greet the president and the president of China. And then, is this the president of China? Hopefully there's somebody speaking.
Now, please join me in a toast.
Oh, a toast.
To the development and prosperity of China and the United States and the well-being of our people. To the bright future of China-U.S. relations and the friendship between the two peoples. And to the health of President Trump and all the friends present. Cheers.
Oh, look, they do cheers. They do cheers over there, too. So that sounded
Pretty sure
good.
most cultures have a form of cheers, Sean.
Even in China? But there's no way they say cheers in China, right?
Probably not.
Like, Wai-fa-dong? There must be something that they say. I don't know what it is. Cheers in Mandarin, cheers in Chinese, whatever, must be a little bit different.
Says here that it's probably not accurate that there are more Chinese restaurants than the top 5 fast food combined. It would probably be closer to there are more Chinese restaurants than any single fast food chain, but not more than the top 5 chains combined.
Which is still pretty impressive. It's still quite a bit. It seems like everything's going okay-ish, but I have some other clips I want to play of Fox News in China because they've been letting loose and getting wild. They even got in trouble. I'll play that for you in just a bit. When we get back, we got the hot sheet with C-Lane. We got Fritz on the street. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hello. People are so strange, aren't they? Aren't they? How are we doing, everybody? Gone Bay? Is that how you do it? It means dry the cup? Ooh, I like that, actually. Gone Bay. So you take a shot and then, Gone Bay. Gone Bay. Love it. Gone Bay. Dry the cup. I like that. What Trump made a statistic up and try to pass it off as real, say it isn't so. It's one of those ones that sounds just real enough that you wouldn't like look into it. And it's like fairly close. But there is some truth. I mean, we have a lot of Chinese restaurants in the United States of America. Now the question, somebody asked TNJAI, how many American restaurants are there in China? Somebody asked that. Any guesses? Any guesses? Oh! As of March 2026, there are 18 American restaurants in China. So we're certainly beating them. China has 18 American restaurants, and the United States has thousands of Chinese restaurants. That's crazy. We got more American restaurants in Daytona? True. Okay, let's see. All right. Let me see if I fix this. I might not have.
Chat TTS is ready.
Okay.
Kevin Lincoln Fisher says, inconceivable.
Nice.
Funky Fresh says, they have great self-service machines around.
Nice. I fixed it.
Efrishrox says, the Chinese restaurant at Epcot is really good.
It actually is. He's right about that. That is true.
Dispatch Dan says, why are you gay?
I just fixed this. I'm trying to show off my technology and my fun little gadget. You guys, can we be serious for like 5 seconds?
Bootsy Moonshine says, me so horny, me love you long, Tim. He says, Sean's the throat goat. This guy says, Touche, how many KFCs are there in China? Funky Fresh says, OHH, you funny round eye.
Forget it. Forget it. I don't know why I tried. Well, you know what? We'll be back in a minute. Yeah. You know what? Still got the sound.
The easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up.
Coming back.
3535. 800-511-3535 or biglou.com.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request.
What up?
Try it now. Just open the free iHeartRadio app.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Newsroom. And we got the hot sheet coming up in just a moment. We got This Week in Florida coming up tomorrow on the show. And I'll keep plugging today instead. We got Fritz on the Street coming up today. That's when I went to tomorrow instead.
You're ready to be done with this week that bad?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't even feel that bad. It's just I'm trying to be careful and not push my voice too far. I'm trying to keep it in the pocket so we can get to the end of the show today. I can not talk for the rest of the day. No secret shows tonight. We'll reschedule it, and then we'll get that, and then we'll get hopefully Friday's show will be okay. But okay, thanks to everybody. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. Tips of the newsjunkie.com. We'll see if we got any more feedback rolling in momentarily. Right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. It's the nonsense news that we're going to go over really quickly, find out what's happening out there. And way out there in Survivor Land, they had a pretty scary situation. And Survivor Greece, to be exact, has been yanked off the air in wake of a life-threatening incident that involved a contestant, quote, outside the competitive process of the reality show, end quote. Which, does that mean when they're not doing the competitions and they're just back at camp, or is there a time where they're just not filming in Survivor?
No, I think they're almost always running cameras on them to some extent.
24 hours, because I think there's been stuff that's happened in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So this must have been at camp, outside of the competitive process of the reality show. So this wasn't an accident that happened on one of those crazy contraptions or stuff that they build for the show. But Stavros Floros, a 21-year-old beekeeper, was spearfishing during a break from filming. It said break from filming, but he was in the waters in the Dominican Republic on May 10th when a passing tourist boat accidentally struck him while he was in the water.
Oh, my God.
How are you that close where somebody could be spearfishing and you hit them? According to the Toronto Sun, the vessel's propeller partially amputated Floros' left leg below the knee and caused significant trauma to his right ankle. He remains hospitalized in serious but stable condition. He's out of danger. Survivor Greece is currently in its 13th season, premiered on January 11th as the #1 show in its time slot. Well, good for them. Survivor Greece is killing it over there. Tiffany Haddish's lawyers, when I read this headline, I thought, well, that doesn't matter. That's you don't get to just drop a case for this. Mm-hmm. Tiffany Haddish's lawyers are calling on a DUI case to be dropped. They say it's unprecedented because there's no victims.
Okay.
We wish that just worked for everybody.
Aren't most DUI cases with no victims if they don't crash? If there's nobody else like in the car with
Correct.
them?
There's a lot of them that are victimless. But in this case, the DUI case is 4 years old.
Oh, God. All right.
And it says Haddish's attorneys have had it with the comedian's seemingly never-ending DUI case, demanding the whole thing tossed. There wasn't a single injury or victim. They filed a motion saying her 4-year-old misdemeanor case for driving under the influence should be thrown out because it's stuck in legal limbo and negatively impacting her career. She's not able to travel for work because she can't get certain documents and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
For overseas work opportunities, companies are reluctant to hire her because of the unresolved legal issue, hurting her financially. This is where I think they actually have a case for this. She claims to have notified the court she was ready for trial about 10 times and then waited for rulings that never came. That's why she says the case should be nixed on constitutional grounds for lack of a speedy trial, which is your which amendment, Sean?
Oh, speedy trial. Fourth Amendment search and seizure first, second, seventh?
It is the Sixth Amendment.
Oh!
Constitutional grounds for lack of a speedy trial is the Sixth Amendment. That is also the right to face your accuser. The Legend of Zelda movie, there's a live-action movie they're making, and they've been moving the needle on this thing a bunch of times.
It's going to be terrible.
You think it's going to be bad?
Okay, look, I don't want to get into a fight with the Zelda people. I know people like Zelda, some of you, but Zelda was the most boring video game in the world. It's like overhead view of a little character. Did
you ever play Zelda 64? Ocarina of Time?
I've played like 4 or 5 different versions over the years, just a little bit, but I always thought it was boring.
I thought the 8-bit one was boring, but I loved Zelda 64. But the tweets are coming from high up because they have they're delayed the live action Zelda film. They delayed it from March 26th to May 7th, and then they undelayed it just ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
But Shigeru Miyamoto is the guy that's like announcing these things on Twitter, saying, "This is Miyamoto. I would like to let you know that the worldwide theatrical release date for the live-action film of The Legend of Zelda has been moved up to April 30th, 2027 from May 7th. The team is working hard to deliver the film to everyone as soon as possible. There's less than a year to go until release, so thank you for waiting."
What is bigger, Zelda or Mario?
Oh, 100% Mario.
Mario's bigger?
Mario is the mascot of the whole Nintendo thing.
Is Mario the biggest video game of all time?
Oh man, I would say yes.
Like
but
when I say by that, I mean like the most famous thing that comes from a video game. I don't like the most famous video game, not just the stuff sold from it, but like the whole universe created by it. It'd have to be that, right?
I think Mario or Pokemon. Pokemon's up there.
Yeah, Pokemon's massive.
But both kind of from the same area. What do you think was the last calendar year that has gone by that we haven't had a movie released based on a video game franchise?
Last year.
Not true.
No. What did we have last year? There's usually some that are so bad that nobody even likes them.
Oh, there's plenty of those.
The last time we haven't had a movie off a video game 4 years ago?
It was 2013. So
wow,
actually quite a bit more than that. Netflix has renewed Big Mistakes, the Dan Levy show. I liked it. It's a fun watch. I think my wife thought that his character was a little bit too much like his character in Schitt's Creek, but I think that's just Dan Levy. I think that's just his style. And they've moved Dan Levy. They've transitioned him to a first look deal. I guess he had a more exclusive deal on Netflix, and now they're like, we want to kind of move you back to we look at what you're doing first, and we get first right of refusal, and then if not, you could take it to another studio, which doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world. And then Adam Sandler, of course, hasn't seen his friends in a while, which means Grown Ups 3 will be coming to Netflix in the not-too-distant future. Kyle Newacek inked a deal to direct that movie, working with Sandler. He worked on projects including Happy Gilmore 2, which was one of the biggest streaming titles of last year, setting a Nielsen record with 2.89 billion minutes viewed in its first week. Hey, it's box office time. We got new movies coming out this weekend, and old movies are coming out as well. A double feature, Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, will be in theaters. That was dropped yesterday, I believe, along with Shrek. Then some mysteries. We got Is God Is, starring Sterling K. Brown. That comes from Amazon MGM Studios. In the Gray, a drama thriller with Henry Cavill, and Michael Johnston stars in Obsession, a horror thriller from Focus Features.
Oh, that looks good, actually.
You think that looks good? I haven't seen a trailer for it, but it seems like all signs point to Devil Wears Prada still kind of dominating the box office, and perhaps Mortal Kombat 2, another video game movie. Hey, if you are looking to get out of your renting situation and get into a house, why not call that mortgage guy Don? He is the expert that will demystify the mortgage business and help you out, help you save money. Heard from plenty of listeners who have talked to Don and said, listen, I did my due diligence. I shopped around, and Don still got me the best rate. What are you waiting for? If you have a quote, take it to thatmortgageguyDon.com today and compare it. Just hit the compare quote calculator, upload it. Don will review it with you and tell you if you're leaving money on the table. It's super easy. Just go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thank you, Sealand. Real quick before we do Fritz on the Street, I just saw this morning. Did you know, what would you think is Adam Sandler's number one highest grossing movie he's ever been in?
Highest grossing movie he's ever been in?
Adam Sandler, the highest grossing movie.
Why do I think I'm going to be surprised? Is it going to be Uncut Gems or something?
Okay, Uncut Gems is your guess. And like second place, what would you think?
Can I also guess?
Yeah, Fritz, what do you think?
Is it the Eight Crazy Nights?
Okay, good guess. All right. One more so we can see if any of them are in the top three.
Happy Gilmore.
Okay. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? The highest grossing Adam Sandler movie of all time is Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation.
What?
Which made $527 million. Second highest grossing Adam Sandler movie of all time, Hotel Transylvania 2, which made $474 million.
Are these Adam Sandler movies, or are these movies that Adam Sandler was in? And I think there's a difference.
He's the main character in the animated Transylvania movies. Hotel Transylvania, the original in 2012, was the third. His top three highest grossing films are Hotel Transylvania, the animated one.
And then
Grown-Ups at number 4. Yeah, and Grown-Ups 2 at number 5.
Wow, some of the go-tos like Happy Gilmore and stuff aren't even in there, although Big Daddy definitely deserves a seat at that table.
Yeah, not even in the top 10. All right, when we come back, the greatest game in all of radio, Fritz on the Street. Now's the time for you to get our attention. We all represent somebody in Fritz on the Street. Could it be you? Fritz on the Street coming up next on the News Junkie.
Support the arts and local artists at the Orlando Fringe Festival with over 100 shows happening now through May 25th. Get more info at orlandofringe.org.
There's an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound near Popka Vineland Road. The ramp's still partially blocked from the Greenway to I-4 westbound. We got crews in the left lane. The right lane's only getting by. Those accidents on John Young Park.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes.
Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for
God bless you.
TrueGreen, the official lawn care treatment provider of the
Anybody guess that the highest grossing Adam Sandler movies, the top three, would be Hotel Transylvania movies? I never thought that would be the case. No, I didn't think it would be the cobbler either. No, I didn't think that would be the case. Let's see what you got going on Tina J chat.
Abraham Dragon Friend says, "Mods, can we get a Fritz prediction, please?"
Oh, okay. There is one. There is a Fritz prediction. Yeah, there is. Oh, can I play these individually?
Efresh Rocks says, "Because kids, I've seen a couple of the cartoon ones a few times."
Yes. Yeah. The Transylvania ones. Kids watch cartoons and they watch them nonstop. And the bigger reason actually is, I got to tweak this a little bit, but I like it. I like where this is going. The bigger reason is when you release a family movie, an animated family movie in theaters, your average purchase is not just one ticket or two tickets. It's usually 3 or 4. Full families and friends come to see it. So you sell more tickets. They're making a live action of Hotel Transylvania? Oh, God. Hey, Cyclone Ranger. Sorry to the people who said they're never listening again because I don't like Zelda. I'm so sorry. Mike Myers is all Shrek, huh? Top 4 Mike Myers movies are Shrek. Let me try my new whiteboard. The other one was so bad yesterday. Okay, here we go. Ready? A little test. First of all, can you read my handwriting? Can you read it? You can read that, can't you? What does it say? Too small? Not too small. All right, here. Ready? Can you read it? Bring it closer. How close do I need to be? You can't see this? I gotta get an idea of what this looks like. It can't be that small. You're trolling me. The worst person in chat is. Okay, do I just need to write bigger? Oh, this erase is so nice. Okay. Okay, what if I do this? Big. Okay. If I write a little bigger, like this, can you read this? Can you read that? Try writing with your other hand. Maybe it's better. What? Isn't that clear? Josh Fowler is a blank. And then you fill in the blank. You can read that, right? Cuck. See, there you go. Now you're playing along. There's no way you can't read that. You're trolling me. I'm 3 feet from the camera. It's large. I have an idea. I have an idea.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Nox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine.
What if I do this? Now? Can you see this? Now it's big. Hang on. Oh, 45 seconds. We're coming back. You can read this? His beard? I'll take it. I'm not here to read. Fritz on the street. I'm not picking you. Coming back.
100-480-8115.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, RICH. R-I-C-H. Rich. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Ever need to talk? He'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the News Junkie.
In just a moment, we'll get into this, and you can play along with us here on the show. Learn more about the News Junkie and everything happening on the show. And if you miss anything, catch up with it on the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. Fritz is here. There he is. Look at him. And that mortgage guy, Don, joining us as well.
Hey.
Fritz, I had a question for you real quick. I know you're a huge baseball fan. You love baseball.
I do enjoy baseball.
You're a big fan of the Tampa Bay Rays. You're not wearing a Tampa Bay Rays hat today, but generally speaking, Fritz is he wears a lot of Tampa Bay merch.
Yeah, I have to buy a new one. I usually buy one each year.
You're a huge fan of them. How many games have you been to? I know it's at least a handful, right?
All time, I've been to, I think, 7 or 8.
Okay. And do you know what their spaghetti policy is at the Tampa Bay Ray games?
You can bring in outside food and beverage. You can pack a picnic and bring it in. So if you had, let's say, a bag or a freezer bag of spaghetti with sauce and maybe some meatballs in there, they would be like, cool, enjoy the game.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess this is a thing people are doing right now. It's catching fire. People are going to all the baseball games, and the MLB parks don't have rules against people not bringing food. So big groups of people are all eating spaghetti together and checking what the spaghetti policy is of the baseball teams that they like.
Well, Fritz said you could bring food and drinks, but certainly you can't bring your own alcohol in, right?
I think that's probably frowned upon. Last time I went, I had a pub sub.
I went to a spring training game at Wide World of Sports once, and they stopped us from grilling in the parking lot. We all set up, bought a bunch of stuff to tailgate, and they said, "No, you can't cook any food out here."
Well, that's Disney, maybe.
Yeah, but they said it was Disney. But I go, well, they're like, yeah, you can drink all the alcohol you want. Go ahead, open your beers, do whatever, but no cooking. And I was like, that's such a weird policy, and
they don't want people burning stuff, right? Or here's somebody, one of the people at the game, they said we checked their spaghetti policy, and all these groups of friends are going to MLB baseball games. I think it comes from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and what's your spaghetti policy? And all these people are coming together. One person brings the pasta, one person brings the spaghetti sauce. I don't know why this is happening, but allegedly it's a thing going on at MLB games.
It seems like a fun time, honestly.
Absolutely.
Sure. It's not easy to eat pasta at a baseball game, I wouldn't think, but there they go. They're giving it a shot. All right, it's time for the game. It's time for Fritz on the Street. It's time for us to pick who we're representing here in the game, which is the most important thing. And I've decided right here in this moment that Kevin on TNJ Chat is who I'm going to be playing for in Fritz on the Street today. What about you, C-Lane?
I have picked Chris M., who I ran into at the bowling tournament.
All right, Chris M. from the bowling tournament. And what about you, Don? Who are you playing for today?
Sean, I'm going to play for weed consumers at YouTube.
Perfect. All right, weed consumer on YouTube. You're with Don. And let's see how it all shakes out. Are you ready to do this, Fritz?
Let's go.
I am.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do Fritz on the street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sean. Hello, C-Lane. Hello, Don.
Hey,
Hello.
Fritz.
Fritz on the Street, sponsored by That Mortgage Guy, Don. If you have a quote, don't miss the boat. Compare that quote today at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Also, follow him on Instagram at thatmortgageguyDon. He recently had a post. It made me and my brother laugh out loud last night when we were actually playing our baseball video game. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's the funniest thing that I've seen in a while. That's Home Loans Radio and thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
In first place on Fritz on the Street with 126 points, Mr. Christopher Lane. In second place with 110 points, Mr. That Mortgage Guy Don. And in third place with 92 points, Mr. Sean Wasson.
Yeah.
I go to the bar, so you don't have to, but I was feeling under the weather, so I got some phoners because the show must go on. 10 people called me. Out of every question, of course, only 8 answers are used. Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to chime in for that bonus point and then guess out of 8 answers how many got it right.
All right.
Everyone in.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
You got it. Question number 1. At the age of 87, which media mogul and owner
Don.
of C-Lane?
Ted Turner?
Ted Turner is correct. Full question. At the age of 87, which media mogul and owner of the Atlanta Braves passed away? C-Lane, you got that right. Ted Turner. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Ted Turner?
Ooh, let's go 6.
6.
I'll say 5.
5 for Sean.
I'll go 5.
And 5 for Don. Question number 1 with answers of 5 and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows their Ted Turner. Who is it?
At the age of 87, which media mogul and owner of the Atlanta Braves passed away?
Pass. I don't know.
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
I have no idea.
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
That would be 6.
Ooh.
So C-Lane's hitting a 3-pointer on that one, and Sean and Don with their guesses of 5 each picking up 1 point. By the way, that person that sounds just like Don on the panel was not Don.
Yeah, how can we know for sure?
Because he didn't get that one right.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good clue, yeah.
That is true, yeah.
Question 2 now. What is the main vegetable ingredient in a latke?
Don. Potato.
Potato is correct. Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think
that takes
said
so long to buzz in?
potato?
Let's go 5.
5.
I'll do 6 again.
6 for C-Lane.
Are people going to remember that potato is a vegetable?
Did you not think potato was a vegetable?
No, I never do. No, I think like broccoli and stuff is vegetables. And I never associate potatoes with that for some reason. I think some people will fall into that trap. 3.
And 3 for
You think a lot of
Sean.
people will fall into that trap?
Yes.
Mushrooms.
Question 2. With answers of 3, 5, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows their potato.
What is the main vegetable ingredient in a latke?
It's potato.
Onion?
Potato.
Latke is potato.
Cucumber?
Carrot. Potato.
A latke potato.
That would be 5. So Don is hitting a 3-pointer on that
baby.
one. C-Lane with your guess of 6, picking up 1 point.
My theory was wrong. Didn't pan out.
Question 3 now. Despite protests, which state approved a data center twice the size of Manhattan?
Oh, C-Lane?
C-Lane?
Texas?
That is incorrect.
Sean.
It's
from the Mr. Wonderful guy from Shark Tank. Nevada?
Is incorrect. Don?
Nebraska.
That would be Utah. Utah. Don, you got question 2, right? We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Utah?
Let's go 2.
2.
1.
1 for C-Lane.
3.
And 3 for Sean. Question 3 with answers of 1, 2, and 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who knows their data
Despite
centers?
protests, which state approved a data center twice the size of Manhattan?
Kentucky.
Utah.
North Dakota.
Florida?
Wyoming.
Oklahoma?
Was that Indiana?
Arizona?
That would be 1. So C-Lane is picking up 2 points on that one. Don with a guess of 2, picking up 1 point. Question 4 is upcoming. That's the halfway point here in Fritz on the Street. After question 4, I will tell you who so far is winning on the day.
1 second, Fritz. Did you say it was somebody just said twice as big as Manhattan? Is that how big you said this thing is supposed to be?
That's what I've read, yeah.
That's crazy.
And you know how much water that thing is just going to deplete?
So, just the building that this thing is in is twice the size of Manhattan?
It's, I guess, the proposed land.
The whole land of the project? That's huge.
Yep.
My God.
If it's the entire building, it would be shocking, but, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's already going to use up a lot of water. Question 4 now, like I said, halfway, goes like this. What breed of dog was Lassie?
Don. Collie.
Collie is correct. Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Collie?
Man, let's go 8.
8.
4.
4 for C-Lane.
6.
And 6 for Sean. Question 4 with answers of...
None of us are touching each other on that's rare.
Little space. Giving a little space here.
Question 4 with answers of 4, 6, and 8.
Ding, 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 ding.
We are perfect through 4. Who's getting
What breed of dog was Lassie?
Collie.
Lassie was a collie.
Golden Retriever?
Sheepdog. I know it's wrong.
Collie. She was a collie.
Collie.
That would be 6. Sean is picking up 2 points on that one.
Yeah.
And with 4 down and 4 remaining in first place, we have a tie. 6 points each for C-Lane / Chris M and Don / Weed Consumers. And in third place with 3 points, Sean / Kevin. So 6, 6, and 3. Question 5 now. On Tuesday, a nonprofit sued the federal government over the repainting of what national monument?
Don. The reflecting pool.
That is correct. Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said the reflecting pool?
How many should I guess, C-Lane?
Need some help? Phone a friend.
Let me go. Let's go 4.
4.
3.
3 for C-Lane.
5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 5 with the answers of 3, 4, and 5.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's 5 in a row.
On Tuesday, a nonprofit sued the federal government over the repainting of what national monument?
Statue of Liberty.
Is it the reflection pond?
Lincoln Memorial.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Reflecting pool.
Reflecting pool in Washington?
The reflecting pool.
That would be 4. So Don is hitting a 3-pointer on
baby.
that one. And C-Lane and Sean with your guesses of 3 and 5, each picking up 1 point. Question 6 now. 3 remaining. Question 6. After decades of nominations, which 2006 Martin Scorsese film finally earned him a Best Director Oscar?
Oh, man.
2006. C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Gangs of New York.
That is incorrect.
Sean. Shutter Island?
That is incorrect. Looking at you there,
Don. Let's go Goodfellas.
That would be The Departed.
Oh, come on.
The Departed. Don, you got question 5 right. We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said The Departed?
I'm going to say 1.
1.
3.
3.
3 for C-Lane and 3 for Sean.
Yes.
All right.
Question 6 with answers of 1 and 3.
After decades of nominations, which 2006 Martin Scorsese film finally earned him a Best Director Oscar?
Pass.
The Departed.
I should know this, but I don't.
Oh, it was The Departed. Yeah, The Departed. The Departed.
The Departed. Okay, that's The Departed.
Gangs of New York?
That would be 5. No points awarded on that one.
Jesus.
I'm okay with it.
I'm glad you are.
I'm not upset
Glad you
at
are.
all. I'm not upset at all. Question 7. This last week, a Frontier Airlines plane struck and killed a man on the runway in which you Don.
Denver, Colorado.
Denver is correct. Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Denver? That question ended on the runway in which U.S. city?
Let's go 6.
6.
5.
5 for C-Lane.
3.
And 3 for Sean. Question 7 with answers of 3, 5, and 6.
Last week, a Frontier Airlines plane struck and killed a man on the runway in which U.S. city?
Was it Philadelphia?
Houston.
Idiot.
Know this one. I'm going to go Atlanta.
Baltimore.
I don't know, Pat.
Was it Atlanta?
Denver.
Oh my God. Baltimore?
That would be 1.
Oh,
I'm disappointed in all of them.
1.
but especially that first guy.
Right.
No points awarded on that, and we move on over to question 8, the very last question. But before we do, in first place with 10 points, we have Don/Weed Consumers. In second place with 7 points, C-Lane/Chris M. And in third place with 4 points, Sean/Kevin. Question 8 goes like this. Amman, A-M-M-A-N. Amman. Sean. Jordan is correct.
Nice.
The full question, Amman is the capital of which West Asian country? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Jordan?
4.
4.
0.
0 for C-Lane.
I'm going to go 1.
And 1 for Don. Question 8 with answers of 0, 1, and 4.
Amman is the capital of which West Asian country?
Yeah, I don't know.
Milan.
Jordan. I guess. Jordan.
Algeria?
Jordan.
I don't have any idea.
I don't know. Mongolia?
Jordan.
That would be 3. So Sean's guess of 4 is picking up 1 point, and we end the day thusly in first place with 10 points. Don/Weed Consumers, congratulations. In second place with 7 points, C-Lane/Chris M. And in third place with 6 points, Sean/Kevin. And that means with the new total in first place, and still leading on Fritz on the Street with 133 points, Christopher Lane. In second place with 120 points, that mortgage guy, Don. And in third place with 98 points, Sean Lawson. And that is Fritz on the Street.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fritz.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, C-Lane.
I don't know why, but I celebrated too early thinking I was in second place. And then just the realization that not only you're not, but
haven't even broken 100 yet.
Yeah, all right, thank you. We don't need to. Everybody knows.
Calm down, buddy.
Everybody knows.
Gotta rest that voice.
You're right. I got to be careful.
You're the one riling him up.
Fritz, do you think you got sick of the bowling tournament?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of bowling balls, that you're handling, and then shaking babies and kissing hands.
I feel like that's a thing. I feel like there's a lot of touching at bowling events, and you're touching the balls. I don't know what happened, but
it's like a sinus infection, but it's like going away.
Yeah, that's the same thing that's getting me here, I think. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. Thank you, Fritz. We'll see you next time. There he is, Fritz.
Thank
Go
you. I love
follow
you.
him. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/share. Follow Fritz. Make sure you're participating in Fritz's Funhouse Trivia. And it's an amazing time. And I want you to be on the next panel for Fritz on the Street. Don, you got some time to hang out with us?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to talk with Don when we come back. We got a lot more to get to. We'll talk more about what's happening in China. I got a grab bag extraordinaire segment on the way. Oh, boy, is there a lot to talk about. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Florida is receiving nearly $40 million to support new electric vehicle charging stations across the Sunshine State.
If you don't mind, though, I want to know where those Duval ones are going to be so I can sit and watch the people wonder what it is. Hey, what's that? Is a new robot? That's a new robot up there, isn't it?
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3.
This is my last school mic of the day. I have to get some water. I want you to think about what you want to say to me when I come back. Make it good. Make it count.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Orlando, this is your last chance to see the storm at home in the regular season. Running
Last one. Last go, Mike, of the day.
It's hats off to the heroes night as we honor the brave men and women who serve our community and our country.
What about a hot toddy? No, no.
And an electric Friday night under the lights. Plus the first 5,000 fans get a free Orlando Storm hat. Tickets start at just $16. Get yours now at UFLstorm.com.
I just picked up a pistachio flavored hand sanitizer. This is horse shit. This is absolute horse shit, and I'm tired of it. For all the things that I'll accept in this world, I will not accept this. There's no pistachio scented anything. It's a hand soap. What is the scent? Pistachio is a fucking food. I don't like when they do this. Marshmallow scented is not a scent. That's not a scent. A food cannot be a scent. That's not a scent. I don't like that one bit. There is no pistachio scented, okay? I don't hate scented soaps. I hate the idea that we call something a scent that isn't actually a scent. It's a food. A food is not a scent. You don't have ham cologne. Get out of here. Food has a scent? Yes, but it is not a scent. Food has a scent. It's made up of all sorts of different scents. A collective thing. But you cannot name something. Like there's no cheeseburger scent. There's a scent of a collection of things, but cheeseburger is not a proper thing to call a scent. Peach. Peach is a food. It's not a scent. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's the scent of the food. Listen, dipshit. I'm glad that you can't comprehend this. But the truth of the matter is, there is no such thing as a scent of peach. The peach is the food. The scent is a collection of other different things that you're smelling that come together as a result of the peach. But you can't have a bacon scent. What the fuck is that? Everyone knows I'm right about this. Vanilla doesn't count. It's not a food. Vanilla doesn't count. It's not a food. Peach is not a mixture of scents. You're so wrong about this. A peach is a combination of many different scents that are coming together as you're smelling the peach and what makes up the peach. But scents are like individual things that they piece together to make some sort of like, coalition of scents that they call like a perfume or a cologne. 2 minutes. So drinks can be a scent? No. Is oregano a food? Do I have to answer that question? Kokomo under my desk has a different type of scent. Farts. We call that collection of scents peach? Yes. But there's no such thing. You can't go like, hey, this is peach. The pistachio is a better example. This is pistachio scented. What the hell is a pistachio scent? That doesn't make any sense. A pistachio scented? Orange scented? What does orange even mean? Orange is a color. You know I'm right. He's RoboTrip. Okay, fine. Peach could be a scent. Nut sense? Nut sense just sounds bad. All right, we're coming back.
smoothest soft rock from the 70s and 80s. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and set sail.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, RICH. R-I-C-H. Rich. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Jump.
On any hill. I'm just waiting for a hill to die on. Just waiting for it to arrive, and I'm going to die on that hill when I get there. Somebody in chat just moments ago. Settle a bet, guys, all right? Okay. Somebody in chat just moments ago said, I just purchased the most amazing soap that is pistachio scented. And I said, what in God's name is pistachio scented? What does it even mean? Sometimes we do that. We attach what they would call the scent of something to something that's that doesn't even make sense as a scent. If I'm not saying scent too many times.
Have you ever had pistachio ice cream?
Yeah, but there's no smell to pistachio. Is there a pistachio smell? I've had a million things with pistachio, and I've never been like, oh wow,
that's my favorite ice cream is pistachio, and I don't really want to, think of soap whenever I'm having my favorite.
It's ruining it for you. Yeah. I love pistachios. Doesn't Dubai chocolate have pistachios in it?
I think it's rolled in pistachios.
They're like ground up in it.
Yeah. I dig that. I like it, but I don't know that I've ever walked by something and been like, oh, that's a pistachio smell.
So I wonder if it's like this because my wife was baking a week or two ago and she was doing sugar cookies and she says, it calls for almond extract in the sugar cookies. So there's a sort of like vanilla extract. There's an almond extract, and you just put a little bit in, and it adds a whole ton of flavor. But the flavor doesn't taste like almonds. It's just whenever you extract, whatever you're extracting from them becomes super sweet. I wonder if that's where the pistachio scent that they're thinking of is coming from. Not necessarily you just ground up a bunch of shelled nuts into your soap.
Well, what are we thinking is happening here? Is there some sort of lab where they pull out all these little these things and then bloop, 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 and then I feel like they're winging it, man.
It's the same thing they do. The same thing they do at the potato chip factory, where they're just kind of get the lab coat on and they're trying to make new flavors. Or now they just get lazy and they make the people come up with the flavors.
Do you really? Sorry, Sean. Do you really want a soap that makes you smell like a food? That's weird too.
No. I think everybody's got all of this stuff wrong, and of course I'm going to say that, right? Number one, but my theory has always been guys in particular think about scents wrong. Okay, my take on this is that guys should actually wear one spray of cologne and then a little hint of a perfume.
What?
Because women like the scent of perfume. Okay. Women almost always will compliment other women on the smell of their perfume. Women love the smell of perfume.
So you think the answer is for guys to wear perfume?
A little hint of it. Just a little hint of it. Because then you're like, okay, you've got a robust smell to you or whatever. But then you got that little...
I don't think anybody's ever told me that.
That little
hint.
You
have a robust smell to you.
Well, I mean, that actually doesn't sound good now that I think about it. But neither does pistachio. The more that I think about it.
Now I want to try pistachio soap. I want to see what all the buzz is about.
You see where you start just random comment about pistachio soap, which melts everything down around here.
I want to try some spaghetti soap.
It's the good stuff. Don't think that doesn't exist out there somewhere. Every time I see something like this, before there was a time when I was looking at different merch options we could do, and there are scented companies where you get stickers done or various other things, and they have all these different scents that you can have on them. And I was like, oh, we should do some sort of scented merch thing. We'll get some stickers that people can get, and then sort of scratch and sniff old school style. But all of the options that they have are horrendous. It's like the whole industry has been taken over by a bunch of people who I think are trolling all of us. Like all of it is the smells now are like it's marijuana smelled, it's puke smelled, scented, I should say, I guess. Like all of them are the most bizarre options that you've ever seen in your entire life. So I never ended up doing it, but it gets under my skin. I don't think there's a pistachio smell.
It'd be funny if you just ordered the puke smelling ones and didn't tell anybody. You just it comes with your T-shirt. You got the magnet and the sticker. And they're like, this sticker's kind of odd.
I forgot what they were, but it was like I think there was a fart one. They were all like horrendous smells.
Okay, but that's like a novelty company. That company can't be making that much money on the smells. You make money when you make like lavender or beechwood or manly stuff.
My whole argument goes around. I don't think you know what lavender smells like.
I know it when I smell it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If I set up a bunch of things in the studio and I was like, Sealand, what are the smells here? And you got a little lavender on like a popsicle stick or something. I don't think you're going to have any clue what the hell that smells like. I think we look at the label and then we just say, oh, that's what they told me it smells like.
I don't know if I can pick it out, but I know that when I do encounter lavender, I'm a fan. And they've started putting it in drinks now, too. You have like a lavender tea or like a lavender cocktail. It's good stuff.
Lavender smells like grandmother's.
Grandma's?
Don's ruining lavender for me.
Courtney believes she knows all of this stuff. She gets obsessed with all of this. She's one of the reasons why I rage against this. All right. Is this for real? Okay, hold on. Let me bring this up. She sends this over. And this is a scent called Missing Person.
How do you know what a missing person smells like until you find him?
Point. I feel like they just make it up a lot of times.
How long have they been missing is the question.
There's as time goes by, it builds, right? Like Savannah Guthrie's mom.
Nancy, she's a missing person.
I think they just make this stuff up, and then you smell it and you're like, oh, that does smell like a missing person. Oh my God, it does. Courtney will bring this stuff around all the time. And it'll be like, she'll go, this smells like campfire. I'm like, what does it smell like, a campfire? It's like they put a hint of smoke in it or something, and they told you it was campfire.
Yeah, you would know what smells like a campfire.
What? They're just giving it more of a description than it deserves. Like the pistachio thing probably smells like one little scent that's associated with a pistachio. And then you go, okay. But then you look at the packaging and it says pistachio. So that tricks you into thinking that that's what it actually smells like.
That's how some of this stuff works, man.
That's what I'm saying. This doesn't really smell like a missing person.
Like all those Jolly Ranchers don't really taste like the candy or the fruits that they're named after.
No, that's not true. I think they actually do.
I think you got an idea for a new bit here. It could be, hey, Sealand, smell this.
No.
Yes, let's do it next week. Next week on the show.
All right. You come in here.
Smell this.
You come in here.
The Great Scent Challenge with Christopher Dolores Lane, and I put scents in front of you, and then we'll see just how accurate your nose is. Because it should be better than mine.
I bet it's not that good. I bet I need that mental push in the direction of the thing that I'm smelling.
Yeah. It was. Hey, by the way, it was very good to see you out at the bowling tournament, Don.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Did you see Sealand running around with his out of control child at the bowling tournament? Did he try to roll your ball down the alley?
Well, when I saw him, he had been picked up by his father as to not get into mischief. He was behaving quite well when I saw him.
He wanted to run loose at that bowling alley, man.
He was wrestling me. My arm was sore all weekend. I'm trying to prepare for Mother's Day, and I feel like a failure because I hurt myself at a bowling tournament that I didn't bowl at. Just so, oh gosh,
how much does he weigh these days? Because you carried him around for the whole time you were there.
He's like probably 37 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'll round it up to 40. Those shoes are pretty bulky. Those tiny little Crocs he's in.
That's a lot altogether. No, it was good to see you out there, though, Don. It seems like you're a pretty good bowler, actually.
I bowled around 120. I came really close to winning the best celebrity bowling tournament. I was all set up. The winner was Trooper Steve. He was ahead. He had like a 123, and he was the top score. And I got to the 10th frame, I got a spare, and all I had to do was knock down 4 pins to win, and I knocked down 2.
Oh my God! So you got like right there.
Yeah, and then I panicked apparently and threw it darn near through a gutter ball.
And that's why I asked Don. I was like, "Well, did you know you were that close to Trooper Steve?" And he said yes. I was like, "I don't know if somebody was across the bowling alley and we're going for the high score. I don't know that I would have known unless people are just in your ear going like, Don, Trooper Steve's got this. You can beat him. You could take him."
Well, I was right there by the counter, and he was only like 2 lanes down, and he ran up and was very happy about his score. So I heard it, and they were talking about it right behind me. So I knew, but alas, next year I'm going to try something new. I'm going to practice a little bit.
No, not me. No. There was a guy on my bowling lane though, and he was doing really, really well. I think at one point I thought he was going to hit a 200. And I was like, I'm very impressed by that. I don't know if bowlers are, but I'm like, 200 is really, really impressive.
I was next to Bradshaw, and he had some ringers on his team. A couple of those guys were over 200.
That's not by accident. He sets that up. Yeah. He sets that up on purpose. But
sets it up how?
Because he makes sure he gets the people who are the best bowlers so that he can be the best bowling team or whatever comes from it, whatever prize he gets, so he can load up with the Visa gift cards. For whoever's filling in that day. Who is it today filling in on his show?
Josh
Fowler. That's where he gets all this stuff from. But the person who was the ringer in the lane that I was on, I said, do you bowl a lot? And he goes, no, not really. No. And I'm like, how are you so good at this? And he goes, I just had a couple of shots of Jack Daniels. And I said, well, is this the thing that I'm missing out on? Like, if I try a couple of shots of people actually think, he thought for some reason, I mean, maybe he's just a good bowler, but he thought that was adding to his performance. And that guy damn near got a 200 out there.
I had the theory for a while that, there's only a certain amount of alcohol that will help. But once you've hit that stride, you've already had too much of it. Like you just don't stop. And so then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm having a great round. And then round 3 is Guttersville.
I always thought you just looked back on it like you had done well. Like
maybe.
You go, oh man, we were so good. And then you're so drunk that you don't remember any of the actual bowling that went on. Yuckers, who was on my team, says our team smelled like missing person. Could have been the case.
You started out good though, Sean. I looked up the very first 2 frames. You had a strike and a spare. What happened after that?
I started good, and then I for like the first 4 or 5 frames did good, and then Courtney pulls me over and she says to me, she's like, "You are really bowling good." She goes, "I think you might win this thing." And it loaded so much pressure up on me, I think, that right from there, just completely downhill.
Are you blaming Courtney?
No, I'm blaming me. I don't perform well under pressure when bowling, it appears. It's just not great. I want to tell you, though, I'm serious about this. If you are in the process of refinancing, is now a good time to refinance, Don? I don't want to throw that out there if it's not.
No, it's definitely a good time. We're very close to 3-year lows on the rates right now. All the stuff in Iran is pushing it up slightly, but we're still close to 3-year lows. We're locking rates down into the 5s in some cases right now.
No, that's not bad. Yeah, that's good. And some of these people saw what, 7s and 8s? What was the highs that you saw?
About 2 years ago, people were in the mid to high 7s, even some in the low 8s, depending on how well qualified.
So if you end up you were in an 8 somewhere, and now you could get back down to a 5, that's a pretty big difference, actually.
Sure, most people, depends on the size of loan, but you're talking about if you're dropping from 7s down to 5s, you're probably talking $300, $400, $500 a month in pure interest.
Yeah, that's huge for people, especially if things are a little bit tight and you want to make sure you could save money wherever you can. Make sure you're doing the smart thing. Make sure you are reaching out to That Mortgage Guy Don and go to thatmortgageguydon.com. Mike on YouTube says, I bet Don smells like money. Probably. Yeah. This guy, it's a lot of it wafting around him right now. And you can get some of that yourself as well. Make sure you check them out at thatmortgageguydon.com or tell them about the show. Tell them where they can listen to the show.
You can listen every Saturday morning live on Real Radio 104.1 from 9 to 10:30.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. Don, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Smells like money, smells like winning. Thatmortgageguydon.com. Go check him out. When we come back, we got jury duty on the way. We got an update on Sloth World that we have to tell you about, and a whole bunch more is incoming on a Thursday. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, AI can mimic emotions, but it'll never understand the primal rage of spilling hot coffee on yourself while on air. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by NHTSA.
Soccer action last night in Orlando City picks up a win, knocking off Philadelphia 4-3. They're back at it Saturday, hosting Atlanta United. Major League Baseball, the Rays gave up a grand slam at the bottom of the ninth and lost to Toronto 5-3, while the Marlins belted the Twins 9-5. NBA playoffs, James Harden scored 30. The Cavs rallied to beat the Pistons in overtime. Cleveland now leads that Eastern semi 3-2. I'm Matt McCoy.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Orlando. Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. We've got 3 metro locations, meaning we have 3 times the inventory. All priced clearly online with Greenway all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no additional fees, just total transparency. And that goes for your trade-in, too. At Greenway Kia, over 40 dealerships bid for your trade, so you can be confident you're getting the best value possible for your trade-in. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it.
Okay. The cough syrup is getting to my head. I have no idea what that segment was. No idea what that was. Just flailing. But this is my last Go Mike segment with you. Not forever, but for today. When C-Lane comes back, he's going to take you out in the power hour, so I can save my voice a little bit. I've never refinanced my house. I have a 3.5% interest rate. That's good. That's pretty impressive. Robo tripping, I told you. You're right. We got that good stuff. Anybody in chat whose parents have been together and been married for a really long time? YouTube, TNJ, Twitch. Anybody whose parents have been together for a very long time. How many years? How many years? Wow, 60? 45 years. Jesus, man. I got a story on this we're going to get to. Over 50 years. My God. 65. You're all beat by this next story. Wait till you hear this. Here we go.
Prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
Find out how to get Knox 47 for free. Call now, 800-480-8115. That's 800-480-8115. Free bottles for a limited time. Call 800-480-8115. That's 800-480-8115.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com, 800-LifeLock, 1-800-LifeLock, or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit HeadquarterHyundai.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Distance myself from that whole scent take, all right? It's the cough syrup. I'm blaming it on the cough syrup, okay?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah, right?
sure.
I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there.
Taking the good stuff?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. And the bad stuff, actually. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm mixing them together. You know how it is. Getting a little bit of both, and it feels just right. You know what feels right, Z-Lane?
What?
Love. Love.
Oh, you
right.
are taking both.
Yeah. Love.
You are
feels
taking both.
Right. It feels good, and it feels right. I asked people over on the chat, I said, how long have your parents been married? Anybody have parents that have been married for a really long time? And like Tanya says, my parents have been married for 66 years. They've been together for 68. And many other people were saying 50, 60 years, 45 years. All of these are very impressive, just absolutely astonishing. But I wanted to share something with you.
I think what's wild is the other thing she said. Divorced each other for 3 years when I was 5, but remarried each other.
That's crazy.
That's fantastic. That's very rare.
I don't know if that happens anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I think now when people get a divorce, they usually don't get back together. Like, my parents split up and then got back together. And it happens every once in a while. No, they just split up and like all hell was breaking loose. And I remember the funniest part about that time was my mom, I don't know if it was me or my sister that saw it, but my mom was hanging out with some other guy, right? My mom and my dad weren't together for this period of time. And my mom moved out and got an apartment. And I was upset by it. You know, as most kids would be in that situation. I was like, what? You guys have been together so long? What the hell? My mom starts dating some other guy, I guess. And then she happened to be driving by our street, and we caught her ducked down in the car, like hiding as she went
her
by.
own car, like she was the one driving?
No, she was in the passenger seat
of
this guy's car that she was dating. But they happened to be driving through our neighborhood, and she was ducked down, like trying to hide.
Oh, Mom.
And I think my sister saw her like turning, like we were at the intersection or something. But my mom and dad were together for 30-something years, 35 years or something. That they didn't live incredibly long to get up to these big numbers, unfortunately. My mother and my father have passed. But there's so many of these stories out there, and I just wanted to work this one in before we do jury duty because I thought it was sweet. I thought it was kind of amazing, but here it is. This is what happened here.
Before they were husband and wife, they were part of a generation that helped carry the nation through war, sacrifice, and uncertainty.
True.
Now, more than 80 years later, Mel and Jennifer McMullen are still side by side, living a love story that has lasted nearly a century.
80 years. 80 years.
How old
this
are they?
couple? They're both in their 100s, C-Lane, believe it or not.
I mean, I
wanna
believe
see
it if they've been together 80 years.
Yeah, it would have to be almost, right? I want to see what they sound like. Do they sound 100?
At 101 and 100 years old, the pair are being honored not only for their wartime service, but for a marriage that forged a legacy of love.
Crazy.
KTLA's Lindsay Pena is live in Whittier, where a special celebration was held tonight.
Oh, I want to hear from them.
Hi, Sharon, Micah. Yeah, talk about an accomplishment. These two have lived so much life and so much of it together, and we were there for a little party to mark their anniversary.
80 years.
A lifetime of memories.
Honestly, they look pretty good still.
Yeah.
Decades together.
I'm going to give you my special congratulations.
Okay. Mel and Jennifer
right on the
McMullen
lips.
joined family and friends Wednesday evening at the Whittier Retirement Community where they live to celebrate a major milestone, their 80th wedding
He looks great.
The roads we've traveled, the wonders we have seen.
This is what you get when you're together for 80 years. You get this old man playing an acoustic guitar song at your anniversary
He's doing
party.
great, Sean.
In an old folks home.
The couple's son performing an original song.
Oh my God, it's their son.
Oh, their son.
He is very, very good. And he makes up songs to fit the occasion.
Oh, this guy's sweet.
No.
What happened?
He makes up songs, makes him sound like he's a kid. His dad said he makes up songs to fit the occasion. He makes up his little songs. He wrote you a song, Dad.
I feel you, Dad. I feel you, because this is like when they call my videos little videos. That's the same kind of vibes. Everybody making a song makes up a song, okay? Don't run his songs down, even though it did suck. So they are kissing.
Jennifer haven't just made it to 80, they've both made it to the century mark. Jennifer is 101, and Mel is about to mark his 101st birthday.
They're in such good shape.
1925. She was born in 1924.
The two met when they were just teenagers after he returned from serving his country as a B-24 gunner in the Army Air Corps during World War II.
Okay.
It was his brother who set them up.
He said, you should meet my younger brother. You'd be good together.
And they were, eventually settling down in Whittier and raising 3 sons.
Oh, my gosh. Go back for a second. There's a scratch in that picture, but it looked like the kid had a cigarette in his mouth.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Back then they might be too, you know?
Eventually settling down in Whittier and raising 3 sons. As they reflect on the time they've spent on this earth and together, they say they're not sure about imparting advice.
I think we're past the age of giving advice.
Just keep an open mind. Never think that what you think is better than what anybody else thinks.
But if they had to narrow it down, the secret to a long marriage and life is very simple.
Secret is love.
No, love.
That's no secret. The secret is love. And that is true.
What was that, buddy? You just completely stole that from her. She said the secret is love. That's
no secret.
The secret is love. Secret is stealing everything your wife says right after she says it. That's what the secret is.
Well,
80
if that's
years,
the case, you
man.
never disagree.
Yeah, right. 80 years. 80-year love story for those two. Congratulations. She's 101. He's just celebrating 101 in about a month or so. Both over 100. Unbelievable. I'm holding on to jury duty. We'll kick that up when we come back because I got a Sloth World update for you and an update on the tourist who was trying to attack that monk seal. Believe it or not, there's a new development in that case. Plus, a man blows something in a deputy's face, but what was it? I'll explain it all. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The 2026 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is happening now through May 25th. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic stop and go due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike, northbound past Hancock Road. Multiple lanes are.
Oh, hello. Dull Mike here. I'll get you in just a second. Got to talk about Don real quick, and then I will be right with you. Hang tight.
68477 from the traffic center. I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Pest Control. Termite alert. Termite swarms are active in your area and can cause serious damage. Trust Florida Pest Control. Florida's termite experts since 1949. The only bugs they can control are litter bugs. Book a free inspection at flapest.com.
Looking to get yourself in a house and already have a mortgage quote? Well, the number one mistake people make when they have that quote is not comparing it. Just saying, that's the one I'm taking. Not going to look at anything else. Well, that could be a silly move for you. You could be leaving money on the table, and that mortgage guy Don wants to help. So what you do with your quote is you go to his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Take a picture of your quote on your phone. You can do it on your phone or just do it from your computer. Upload it to the Compare Your Quote tab. Don will review it with you and say that is a good quote. Yes, you can go with that. Or he'll tell you, no, you're leaving money on the table. You could be saving more. It's super easy. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today at thatmortgageguyDon.com. There we go. What a cute couple, huh? 80 years. That's nuts. That's crazy. What's up, TMJ chat? Cuba completely runs out of fuel. Well, completely? Cuba says it has completely run out of fuel, blames U.S. embargo. Where was the fuel coming from before? They have no diesel. That's nuts. Whew. Well, I don't know what to do tonight now that Sean's voice is all raspy and he's going to, drown himself in medicine tonight and hope for the best tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Got some shows to catch up on, though. Got some shows. What shows is everybody watching? TNJ Chat, YouTube, Twitch. They dropped new episodes of Widow's Bay and Margot with the money problems. Margot's fine. I like Nick Offerman. I like all that. It's a good premise. There's some decent. That'll be Jackson playing guitar for us one day. I don't see us being in our hundreds. But at least if that's the case, Jackson won't look as old. I turned 40 this year. He turns 3. So if I live to 100, he'll be 63 and hopefully not look quite as old. Season 3 of The Night Agent, we tried. We loved season 1, and I feel like we fell out during season 2, which happens far too often. Far too often. The Boys I lost forever ago. Fallout I'd love to get back into because I loved that show. I think we just kind of, unless we finished it and you're behind, I'm not sure if I remember what was going on. Lincoln Lawyer is another one that I really liked that my wife kind of was like, I don't know about this one anymore. We go through these little pockets. I finished And You're Behind all day, yuckers. We go through these little pockets of time where we're like, oh, our cup runneth over. There's so much to watch. And then all of a sudden we're like, boom, we don't have a whole lot to watch. And then forget about the stuff that we've just abandoned, just left out there astray. Watch porn? That only lasts for so long, Sandra. That one-shot episode of the new Punisher was insane. Speaking of one-shot episodes, that they just did one of The Bear, too, which I thought was quite random, but I do like that actor that plays the cousin. I think he's really good. He was in Andor. He was really good. Peisenberg is asking me if I finished Funny AF, which I did. And even though somebody spoiled it for me. It was good. Their roast episode, I was going to play a clip from it in Secret Shows tonight, but we'll see if I remember to do it when we reschedule. Their roast episode was really fascinating. There were some jokes in it that were just as good, if not better, than some of the stuff I heard at the actual Kevin Hart roast. Some real quality stuff. I watched The Punisher last night. Took me back to the video game. Lincoln Lawyer is very good. I liked Lincoln Lawyer. I would go back to Lincoln Lawyer. I'm not the problem, friends. It ain't me. No, it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Media is the next keyword. Media, MEDIA. Coming back.
Or biglou.com.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Media, MEDIA, Media. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
All you on TNJ Chat, on YouTube, on Twitch, you podcasters, everybody hanging out with us, everybody streaming on iHeartRadio. We appreciate you being with us today. I'm on another planet right now, man. I think I may have gone a little too far with the.
You hit the cold meds too quick?
I think so. Yeah. Like
or
too
they
much,
hit you too quick?
Too much, too fast. I just went to go get Today I Learned out of my office. And when I walked in there, I sat down and I was in the room and I go, what did I come in here for? And then I was like, oh, I printed Today I Learned. I'm like, oh, I'm not done with the show.
Oh, gosh.
Just my brain melting.
That would have been very awkward for me if you hadn't showed up.
Forgot the show wasn't over. We're not done. Not only are we not done, you know what it's time for,
What
folks?
time is it, Sean?
It's time to do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
damn, that podcast is buttery.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Ain't no more buttery podcast out there at all right? This is the most buttery podcast one could stumble into. Thanks for being with us on the show. I'll do this delayed jury duty in just a second here. Really quickly, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Minnie emails the show. It says, I'm a day late. I'm listening to that buttery podcast. I've never told anybody this, but I do have a confession since you guys were taking them this week. 20 years ago, I switched $500 in counterfeit money for real money in the register, and I never got caught. Another place, me and my manager took money from the register. We bought crack. We smoked it. I replaced the money with my tips from the night. Both restaurants, says Minnie. Wow. All right. Upping the confessions to
bought crack and we smoked it.
Crack smoking and counterfeit currency.
I don't know if you've been down this rabbit hole, but since we're talking about drugs, there was some discussion that I was reading on Reddit, and somebody goes, who was the guy that said he just wanted to try heroin on a whim, and everyone told him he shouldn't? And then, within a couple weeks, he was shooting up and he was an addict and having to go to rehab. And somebody, the next comment down was like, you / this guy. I know.
Oh, they found his actual username?
Yeah, they found the username of this guy who he had created a whole new profile on account of he didn't really want people to know what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he was walking through some area and he had a wild hair and there was drug dealers everywhere and he wanted to buy like weed. And the guy was like, I don't sell weed unless you buy a half ounce. He goes, I'm not buying a half ounce of weed.
This guy stumbled upon the biggest drug dealer on planet Earth.
He said, I don't want to buy a half ounce of weed. You said you had heroin. Let me try some of that. And so, according,
they probably don't get a lot of new customers when they're dealing heroin like that. Yeah.
Well, unless they're not. They might be new to them, but they're not new to heroin. You don't get a lot of new, first time triers.
It's not like you're just browsing the shelves somewhere and you go, I'll take the Chef Boyardee. I'll get one of these bags of Funyuns and heroin. Haven't done that. Let's give it a shot.
And so he took it home, tried it out. And he was like live tweeting, but the Reddit version of that. And like, ask me anything. I just tried it. I felt like a full body orgasm for this many hours. And everybody was like, dude, this is a terrible idea. You need to tell a friend that you've tried this. Like, you need to know. Like, and his profile didn't have a lot of posts, but
yeah, because he got hooked on heroin.
His spiral was almost immediate. Like, it was he almost immediately spiraled until he was shooting up like 2 weeks later. And then it was rehab. And then he his life spiraled out of control. He lost everything. And I was just like, man, this started out with just this guy going, I just wanted to try this random thing. We'll see what the big deal is.
What roped this guy in? Did he hear a story about that story where somebody did heroin and was super successful afterwards?
I think he just thought, I've always been curious. My life's kind of boring. Gonna try it out.
All right, we'll keep the confessions going maybe someday next week on the show. Here's Stu. He says, hey, guys, sidewalks are for pedestrian traffic only. All other bikes, scooters, e-bikes, or any of that are supposed to use the roadways and obey traffic laws like stop signs and red lights.
Yeah, we've said that.
Like any other vehicle. These laws are rarely enforced. Lucky for me, I retired 4 years ago before all the e-bike nonsense. Thanks, says Stu. Well, thank you, Stu. Appreciate the email. Mm-hmm. Somebody says several prominent companies have rented out Disney. You talked about that off the jump. Most recent was SAP. That's the company that Sealand was talking about.
That was last night.
And they said Mr. Beast did it, and it cost $500,000.
He must have not got the whole thing.
No. I mean, that's Disneyland, too.
Okay.
That says Disneyland and California Adventure for a private date night, which cost $500,000.
So Dispatch Dan was saying that he thought that he heard somewhere around $1 million to start, and I thought even that was low. Because I thought, maybe I have the numbers wrong. Maybe it was like 100,000 or something an island. But I thought back when I worked at Universal and they would have these buyouts, you could buy out just one island if you're just having like a small little company thing. But I heard it was $1 million an island. And maybe I have that number wrong.
I mean, that sounds right, though, right? Like, that's how much money they would be making, is it not?
Well, you have to pay. You're paying them to keep the employees there longer. So you're basically paying the employees. Plus, a lot of times for these little events, like you've been through Islands of Adventure, you've been through Marvel Superhero Island, right?
Yeah,
you know what it looks like on a normal time. Well, they're keeping all the rides going. They're keeping whatever staff needed to be there to keep the rides up. But then they also bring in like catering. So if I was working after hours for a company that was renting out the island, I would see the catering people start showing up to set up bars and other stuff that normally wouldn't be there, and that was all part of their bill. And those things add up super fast.
Oh my god!
Especially knowing what I know about having attended one of those SAP concerts and seeing all of the stuff that was totally free, and then they're doing it at Disney. I almost think that Disney costs more than just renting out the arena.
So what we were talking about was there was a video clip from last night. Some company rented out all of Disney and had Dave Matthews play by the castle and stuff. And of course, I brought that up to C-Lane. The company SAP, is that literally the company that does different languages for TV broadcasts?
No.
It's not?
No,
okay.
buddy.
Why do I always think it's that for some reason? And I'm like, why do they even have to advertise? I'm like, that seems like they don't have any competition. What are they doing?
First of all, I do think that the SAP company doesn't have to advertise, and I think when they do, it's just to see their logo on stuff.
Okay.
It's sort of like whenever you see an ad for Cisco.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about when I say Cisco? The networking,
Cisco.
The networking equipment. Yeah.
And they don't even sell stuff to regular people, I don't think. Right?
Exactly. Cisco does, but SAP for sure doesn't. SAP sells to businesses, and they are, I believe, an asset management software. And Sapphire is their yearly conference. And it's a pretty expensive ticket for a company to send their employee to Sapphire. I think getting in the conference is a 4-figure entry fee.
My God. All right. This is just like money flying everywhere then.
Yeah. But
this place.
SAP is what my dad worked with when he was still with IBM and whatever spinoffs he had for that. And I think it's asset management, but I don't know a lot about it. That was kind of the whole crux of, hey, I can tell you what my dad's title is, but I don't know what would you say you do here?
What is it you'd say you do?
But no, you're thinking of secondary audio protocol, which is not so much a company. It's just more like a standard.
It's like a service, right? Okay. So it's like the HD. It's like saying HD. Okay. Real quick.
It'd be like if they had an FM conference and the FM people paid a bunch of money.
Well, is there FM people with a bunch of money? Because we'd like that.
I haven't met them.
AM people, if you're out there, we know nobody's listening to that side of the dial, but we'll take your AM money if you don't mind. This is G with an email to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. G says, call me Mimi from DeLand. Okay, G, I'll call you that instead. Sorry, I didn't read that first. Call me Mimi from DeLand. I recommend you take a shot of Mama Juana. You will definitely feel better. It's an alcoholic drink from the Dominican Republic. Mimi from DeLand, I have been to the Dominican Republic. I went on a tour of, what is it, Santiago, Santo Domingo? What's the capital of the Dominican Republic?
I think it's that. Santo Domingo.
Dominican Republic capital. I just completely butchered that whole thing. Santo Domingo, yes. I just wanted to make sure.
I tried to go faster than you and abbreviate it, and now it gave me the results for something called Dr. Capital.
Perfect. Dr. Capital. Call me Mimi from DeLand. I'll tell you, I've had Mama Juana. We did a tour of some museum that they had there in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, and they were so nice. They were so nice. The people of the Dominican Republic were so great. The thing that they had in common was all of them hated Haiti. Every time they talked about Haiti, we were like, what about the other side of the island here? And they're like, poor Haitians over there. But the Dominican Republic people were nice, and they gave us some of this Mama Juana stuff. And the woman who gave it to us was like, this is how I get pregnant. And they told me that I was infertile and that I wasn't able to get pregnant. She goes, Mama Juana works every time. And she keeps looking at Courtney. She's like, you keep drinking this, you're going to get pregnant. I'm like, well, that's not a good sell for me. That's not a good sell. I don't want this to happen here. But we had a sip of that Mama Juana. And it's horrible. It is just, there's some of you saying right now it's good. Mama Juana is so good. The time I had, they were like, we make it here. It's the best in the Dominican Republic. And it was terrible.
Years ago, I think somebody brought into the station or gave us as a gift, a kit to make Mama Juana.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is it's a big glass jug.
It's wine or something, right?
Well, no, it's wine but rum. I think rum is the main ingredient.
Rum, yeah.
But they had this big glass jug, looked like an old whiskey jug that you would just has a little hook around the side. You just kind of
like this, right?
Yeah. And so that's what we got without any liquid in it. And they sent that in, and they were like, hey, all you got to do is pour some rum and some red wine and let that steep for a while, and then it becomes this Mama Juana stuff. Mm-hmm. Which to me, looking at it, looked like you were making mulled Christmas wine or something.
Yeah, it's full of sticks. And it's like Sealand said, it's like a gallon jug, but glass with a little circle hook on the side.
A mix of tree barks, roots, and herbs, resulting in a sweet, spicy, and potent drink, often considered a national symbol. known for its, well, Sean said it sucks, but complex flavor is what I'm reading here. And then has believed to have medicinal and aphrodisiac properties, earning it nicknames like Liquid Viagra.
Liquid Viagra, huh? I had a shot of it in the Dominican Republic, and she goes, "Isn't that good?" And I go, "It's so good." And she goes, "Do you want a whole jar of it?" And I go, "No, it might be too good for us, and we're leaving. We can't carry this around."
They say in the DR that it gets you drink the Mama Wanna and you get pregnant, and then if you don't want to keep it, you have to drink Mama No Wanna.
Do they sell them together anywhere? Just like
maybe. I mean, separate shelves, so as not to confuse the two.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to do that. I completely lost track of jury duty again because I am just wandering through the end of the show here.
Love this for you.
Yeah,
and you got a live read right now.
Oh, do I? Great. Okay. Going to be a good one, folks. Here's what we're going to do.
Get off my live read.
We're going to come back with this. We're going to come back. I'm going to make it to the end of the show. I know that. We're going to come back with jury duty is what I said, right? Jury duty. And also a grab bag segment. That is coming up next. Everything that I've teased, I'll work in. And then we'll cruise through to the end of the show, and we'll see what happens with that. Okay? It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
That crash on I-4 eastbound at Apopka Vineland Road, that's still off to the shoulder, not causing any problems, though. I-4 westbound, there's an accident off to the shoulder near 429. Emergency crews are still working on that accident, blocking multiple lanes on Florida's Turnpike northbound past Hancock Road. Move over and slow down if you see emergency crews. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Orlando.
Mattress Warehouse Memorial Day sale is going on now. Hurry in to save up to $1,500 warehouse-wide and get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest and free next-day delivery and setup, all backed by their lifetime price guarantee only at Mattress Warehouse.
Folks, let me tell you about an amazing company, a company called Mills Air. And as you can tell by the name of the company, air conditioning is their business. But what they really focus on is being good to their customers, and I hope you'll be one. If you have an AC and you need help fixing it, you need help getting that air blowing cold again, or blowing cold again, whatever it is you need, they're there to help you over at Mills Air, okay? They're the best of the best. Leon Mills has the best techs in the company, and when you have a problem, I know you can panic sometimes because you think, hey, here's the deal. This is going to be really expensive. This is going to be a shocker. The sticker price is going to be out of control. But the truth of the matter is you will make sure you're in good hands with a call to Mills Air. They're going to make sure your AC is working like it should be, and you deserve as much. They're also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. They can get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit, and that can save you big on your power bill. Give Mills Air a call, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
When was the last time solar was this affordable? Try like back before 2020. Solar Source is turning back the clock with the Solar Price Rewind event. Your chance to lock in the best solar prices of the year. Now, take it.
All right. Why am I putting headphones on? I don't need headphones for this. He made it through. We're gonna land this thing. It might be bumpy. There's some debris on the runway. Sounds like sangria, somebody said. I don't know if that's totally accurate, but it's not totally inaccurate. Sangria is more fruit, I think, than like bark and all that kind of stuff. That's some spiced rum from St. Thomas. That was excellent. Spiced rum lasts a long time on my liquor shelf. I don't drink a lot of it. I don't drink a lot of rum in general. Unless I'm out of vodka. I don't know. I'm texting back Peisenberg. He's probably listening. Say it to the class. What's up, TNJ chat people? Space Coast Phil, Johnny Riv, the Steffa P. Yeah, I don't think it's like sangria either. Space Coast Phil, my go-to vodka, and this is something I stick by. Oh my gosh, they're spinning the whole screen. My go-to vodka is whatever is on sale at ABC. I buy 1.75s, and it's usually either Pinnacle or Svedka. Because usually they have a deal where if you buy two, you get a certain amount off. And when you divide that amount in two, it takes the per bottle price down to like $11 or $12 per 1.75. And they're both good vodkas. Svedka and Pinnacle are totally fine. I've had Burnett's in the past. I for whatever reason, maybe the pricing was different back then. For whatever reason, when I was a younger guy and made a lot less money, I liked Stoli. But I'm like, now I look at a bottle of Stoli on the shelf, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Shit's expensive. Josh is come in to do. Oh, he's not on the screen anymore. There he is. Josh has come in to do the Jim Colbert show. He's the special guest producer today. So he's getting this is the earliest he's showed up for a show I've seen. Can you believe Josh is already here for the Colbert show? It's the early. He showed up like a minute before our show yesterday, and now he's more than a half hour early to the Colbert show.
Josh is earlier before the Colbert show than he has been in all of the latest shows combined that he's been. If you added up all of those minutes, he wasn't here this early.
Look at him pretending not to listen to us. Did I try the White Claw vodka? You know, I think I might have bought one of those because it was cheap. Yo. Can you hear me, sir? I can't believe this guy. All right. I got to cut off Dole Mike early because I got to go make sure Josh changes something for me. We'll be right back.
You need life insurance, but unless you're young and healthy, you got to call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-511-3535, 800-511-3535, or biglou.com.
Hello, I'm Robert Smigel. I did lots of things. Cartoons on SNL, Conan stuff, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, some movies. But now I'm past my peak. So I'm hosting a podcast, Humor Me with Robert Smigel and Friends. Each week, me and my favorite comedians, writers, and whatnots help regular people just like you, presuming you're regular, who have some project or task that they'd like us to help make funnier.
Search Humor Me on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, media, MEDIA, media. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. And don't forget to answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the news.
Thursday. Learn more about the show. Dive into the world's most viral newsroom over on the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, I didn't do this, so I'm way late on this. I might as well work it in here. No time is too late to do it, so let's pick right now. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Bob on YouTube says, somebody wake up Sean. I'm technically awake. It's just I've switched over to daytime now. I got the daytime stuff is cracked here. So this will be better off.
It looks pretty new.
Yeah, I accidentally was drinking the nighttime one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't get the other one. It's like empty. This is the good stuff. This will sail me through to the end.
What are you going to drink at nighttime? Oh my gosh.
I got a little bit more. Courtney got me the big old 12-ouncer of this stuff.
All right.
And it's been keeping me flowing, but it's got my brain scrambled sideways. So, all right, let's get into this. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's all sorts of opportunities out there for you to find attorneys. They're on billboards, they're on commercials, they're on the radio, they're all over. What you need to do is make the smart decision. That's why I say pick Mo DeWitt, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. An update on that guy who threw the rock at the monk seal in Hawaii, and he's now been arrested. So this guy got filmed and mocked, and people went crazy about his activity on the internet when the video went viral. Then he got his ass kicked by some Hawaiians for throwing the rock at the seal.
Right. And then the guy who kicked the ass got the Ambassador of Aloha award.
Got an award. And now, just to make things even worse for this guy, he's been charged with harassing a protected animal by the U.S. Attorney's Office. So now the guy is in legal trouble, and he's facing up to a year in prison for what he did. What a move. You throw a rock at a seal in Hawaii, and you laugh it off, and you think it's going to be funny. And then what happens to you is you get your ass kicked, you go mega viral, the world turns against you, and then you get arrested, and you may spend a year behind bars.
What do you think Hawaiian prison is like?
Seems nice, if I'm honest with you, but I doubt it is. I'm just picturing, like, roasted pigs.
Okay, they're not pig roasting at the Hawaiian prison.
Probably not. No.
But, I mean... there's got to be like maybe some good views. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a beautiful place, and that's why they don't like this stuff. They don't screw around with this. They don't want outside of Hawaii. They're very protective of their land, as they should be. You have to protect your stuff, your land, your culture, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So protect your stuff. Make sure people aren't coming in and trying to harm the animals that are endangered in your area. In Hawaii, they did this off the coast because people were coming in and taking all their tropical fish, and then they were trying to sell them, and like all these businesses were getting a lot of the tropical fish people would get in aquariums from Hawaii, and Hawaii said nope, and they just locked off that area. And now I have a saltwater fish tank. It's harder to get fish than it ever has been before, but I don't care because that's their right. Their right to make that move to protect their area. They don't want people taking too much of their stuff. I don't have any problem with that.
Hawaiian prisons, particularly the Oahu Community Correctional Center, are characterized by severe overcrowding.
Oh, no.
Aging infrastructure, including issues with pests. High inmate to staff ratios, creating a chaotic and stressful environment. Many facilities are understaffed and struggle with high rates of staff burnout and turnover.
Wow. All I know is if I went to a Hawaiian prison, don't you think Josh Fowler looks like somebody who would be in Hawaiian prison? Doesn't he? Does he
I can see that. Yeah.
Like, look at him today. Somebody said Fowler's hair is wild. I said, I don't know what's going on to this guy. He went to the Epcot the other day, and I think he might have just stayed there for a few days. Just hammering.
I was in here just trying to get work done.
No, I noticed how early you come for their show.
I like their show.
Wow.
Painfully obvious when you're filling in for another show how early you can arrive. But does he strike you like if you went to prison in Hawaii and then you walked down the the halls of all the prison cells. Does he look like a guy who would be in Hawaiian prison?
If he were a little bit tanner, I would say yes. I think if he had
can get there.
Little couple shades darker, I would see Hawaiian prison out of that guy.
Man, how long are you going to grow your hair, Josh?
I don't know.
It's pretty long, man.
Till I can do Willie Nelson braids, maybe.
You're so close to that. It's such a head of hair. Like, it's an unbelievable head of hair. So I say good for you. Keep going. I don't know what people would suggest over on chat. Should Josh grow it or cut it, chat? All right,
don't leave it up to those people.
Take a peek. Now imagine him if he had like a really shaved cut. Those of you on YouTube and Twitch right now, really short, tight cut.
We didn't even notice yesterday much that he kind of shaved down to just the stash. At some point here.
Pretty baller, huh?
Remember when he made the mistake shaving? He was so depressed. I've never seen the guy depressed in my life, but my God.
I have a jawline now. It's different.
when Josh accidentally shaved his beard off, and you made a mistake, right? Then you had to cut off the whole thing or something?
Yeah, I was freehanding it, and I grazed a little too close to the skin.
So I have seen somebody so depressed about facial hair.
Who?
It wasn't
ThinkPad?
Josh, it was ThinkPad.
Well, he should have been because he looked really bad when he shaved that beard.
People didn't recognize him.
Yeah, people didn't recognize him. And then we would see him in the bar by himself, and we pretend like we didn't recognize him just to make it a little worse. Sorry, who are you? Who are you, old guy?
He came up to people that he knew, like he probably saw him the week before. He was like, "Hey," and they're like, "Who? What are? Hello?
Can I help you with something?" Sean is jealous. Oh God, yeah. Of Josh's hair, yeah. It's like a mop, man. He's got. It looks like he's wearing. It looks like there's a weave in there or something. There's so much of it. Yeah, I mean that in the most positive way. Keep the locks. They're saying grow it as long as your wife likes it. How does your wife feel about it?
She likes it.
She ever grab it, the hair, and pull on it?
That's a really personal question.
Well, I've had a lot of this.
That's a yes.
Yes. He didn't say no.
Don't worry about me.
He didn't dismiss it with a no. I noticed that. Oh, I still haven't gotten to jury duty.
Well, at least you did the Mo part.
Yeah, I did that. Thank you, Josh. God bless.
You're
Look
welcome.
at him. What a guy. What an amazing guy. Might see him in a Hawaiian prison someday, folks. It could happen. But that guy's going to be there, too. The guy who threw the rock at the monk seal. Also, our update on Sloth World. Sloth World has led now to big change. And many of you were demanding. You were absolutely demanding that something like this happen. Demanding some sort of change. And here it comes. As 10 sloths recover at Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens, Florida Fish and Wildlife has announced a temporary ban on the import of sloths into Florida. This comes after 55 sloths died waiting to be a part of an exhibit at Sloth World. And the executive order was released on Wednesday evening that will temporarily prohibit the importation of sloths in the state of Florida. The temporary ban lasts 60 days. That's quicker than changing state law, and they'll see if they can do that afterwards. I think that that's good. I think that this makes sense. You should not be allowed to, and this is such an obvious thing that we'll all agree on. You should not be allowed to import animals, uproot them from some other part of the world, import animals into the United States of America if you can't have some sort of guarantee that those animals have a good shot at life. And if you don't, and you don't when 55 of them die, then there needs to be some regulations on you bringing those animals in until they understand them enough so they'll have a better shot at a safe and long life. For zoos and facilities that have wild animals, the thing that might shock some of you that a lot of people don't know is in those facilities, animals live so much longer than they do in the wild. Like they live incredibly, so much longer lives.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, when they're in the wild. And if they don't, something has gone drastically wrong or we don't know enough about how to care for them in these environments.
A lot of that happens because in the wild, some of those animals would be food for some of the other animals.
True. Yeah. And they last much longer, obviously, when they're protected. Prosecutors now are saying they're going to retry Alex Murdaugh after the murder conviction was overturned by the South Carolina Supreme Court. Now, we knew this was going to happen. We talked about this with Moses. One thing that I think is kind of frustrating, let me see if I can find this. Alex Murdaugh. The stories that I see over and over and over of this, they keep showing him, Mo sent me a photo of one of these, and I think it was the New York Times or somewhere else. And it was the cops leading Alex Murdaugh outside of the prison. He was still like shackled and stuff, but it made it look like he was going to be freed. And I feel like so much of the coverage of this is like, oh, the murder charges against Alex Murdaugh were dropped. It doesn't matter. He's got 40 years.
They were overturned.
Overturned, yeah. And now their prosecutors are going to go after the case, but he still is not getting out of prison, no matter what. Like, he's got 40 years for the financial crimes that he pled guilty to. So he's not going to be, he's not going to be going free anytime soon. However, his son Buster, I guess, is furious after the double murder convictions have been overturned. He's forced to relive this whole trauma.
Poor Buster, yeah.
Of course, Buster's worried about how it's going to affect Buster, right? He might be channeling. What was his alter ego again?
Was Buster the one that had the weird drunk thing?
I thought it was him.
Was Paul.
Was it Paul? One. Oh, it was. You're right. Josh is right. It was Paul, the son that he ended up killing, who had this alter ego when he would drink and had like another name for himself and stuff. But now his son Buster is like, I'm furious that this was overturned. We have to go through all of this all over again. So a moment of silence for him. Okay, that's it.
The deceased son of Alex Murdaugh, Mr. Moita, had a known intoxicated alter ego named Timmy. That's what they would call him when he got super drunk.
Oh.
Friends and witnesses described Timmy as an angry, reckless, and belligerent personality that emerged when Paul was heavily drunk, transforming him into a Jekyll and Hyde character often seen before the fatal 2019 boat crash.
Nice.
I think they called him that because he started to sound like Timmy from South Park as well.
No, that's where it came from? My God. So he's not going anywhere. He's not going to be freed. Somebody else, a quick update. We were talking about cheersing in China. I don't know how we got that.
Because we were watching the video of Trump in China, and then the Chinese president poured some sort of glass of something and said cheers.
Yes. Well, in China, apparently cheers is gongbai. Gongbai. And the person who sent this in said that it means dry cup, which I kind of like, actually. Like, it's like you take your shot, drink it out, make the cup dry afterwards.
You would like a dry cup, you pussy. That's why we don't listen anymore.
Don't be hard on me here. I'm just trying to limp to the end. All right, quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. I may have made some bad decisions today. We'll see if that turns around by the end of the show. Godspeed, everybody. Here we go. Back with that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Thursday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a very seasonable day with lower humidity and lower moisture levels, meaning it's going to be drier too. Plan for a high of around, say, 87 degrees today in Orlando. Our normal high is 88.
All right. Let's pull this thing in. Let's pull it in. Rate the show, please. Rate the show. 4 nighttime medicine cups out of 5. All right, cool. Sean doing NyQuil shots counts as drinking. All right. I mean, I would be lying if I said it didn't a little bit have the effect. Just a little bit. Dolmike finale. 10 NyQuil shots out of 10. 9 out of 10 NyQuil comas. $20 out of 10 Hanta deaths. 1 early Josh out of 10. Wow, MFQ. Mike H., I don't have an answer on that. We haven't talked about it. could be me hosting, 9 out of 10 Mayos without a beard. Oh, buddy. He did it for that Halloween costume, and he did not like it. Did not love it. We consumers, I can't believe I got picked and I won. That's a couple wins for that mortgage guy Don now. Couple wins. The guy is he is a worthy opponent. A worthy opponent. Did I misunderstand, or is Sean on daytime and nighttime cold medicine? I think there might be a little bit of a cocktail there, yeah. A little bit of a NyQuil speedball. So we shall see. Even a blind hog roots up a tater every now and then. Don't the hogs smell for the taters? I didn't think that was something they did with their sight. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. What do I rate the show? Ooh, that's a good question. I say C-Lane and Josh, let's effing go. That might be a thing tomorrow. We'll see. Also depends on what time Josh shows up. It's but we don't have secret shows tonight, so he can just go home and get his beauty sleep. Get his beauty sleep. I rate the show 8 medicated live reads out of 10. 8 medicated live reads. Second half Sean today on the big show. Almost. We'll see. We've only got like 5 minutes left of content here. And that last minute would be the last song. So 4 minutes of let's see what he does. Why am I yawning so much? Gosh. Keep it together, man. Do I like Tito's? Yeah, I like Tito's. I do like Tito's. I rarely have vodka drinks that aren't that aren't leaning on the mixer. So I drink a lot of like Moscow Mule, like diet mules with the diet ginger beer. Got to be the blue can. Blue can diet ginger beer. I believe it's Barrett's. It's my favorite one. Or Bloody Marys, obviously. I got the Yonta virus. All right, all day yuckers, you get it. Your chatter of the day. Yonta virus got me. Chatter of the day, all day yuckers. Sorry, Sport Johnston. Maybe next time. All right, we got just about 30 seconds here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Question mark. But I do love you, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye now.
Instant feedback. And the best feature, if you mess up,
hopefully I'm sending these messages correctly.
Do it again. Leave a talkback now on the free iHeartRadio app.
True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
Today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you for putting up with my voice. Thank you for putting up with me. And now, Sealand has said we have to land this thing. So, all right, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can just grab a hold of it and get this sucker down on the ground comfortably. One thing I teased that I didn't get to was a Florida man blew something in a deputy's face outside of a Publix and said, it's
I don't know
sugar.
if we could talk about. Oh, okay.
When he was asked, what was that? It's sugar, he said. It wasn't. It was fentanyl.
Oh.
And he did, that like kind of thing where you just blow dust up in somebody's face. With fentanyl, that's obviously a really dangerous idea to do. Jesse James McAuliffe, living up to his name, 36 years old, arrested on an active violation of probation warrant. After repeated commands, he exited the vehicle, and they noticed signs of drug use, including a tie-off falling from his arm and syringes visible inside the vehicle.
Man, I wrote down something for Moses if we talk to him tomorrow, because I pulled up to the Wawa yesterday to get some sodas, get a little breakfast burrito.
As one does.
And the dude that was parked next to me had a, zero tint on his windows. Full-on huge bong on the floorboard.
Oh, really?
Like a bong like I haven't seen in a long time, like
a bong like a college kid might have, abnormally tall.
It was a pretty nice one for a college kid. I mean, it was glass, multi-chambers. It looked like it was, not a cheap, by any means, cheap bong. And I was like, it's just in full view there, man. Like, what would you do if you got pulled over? I mean,
if we take that further down the line, though, C-Lane, if you put that in your car and then you had tobacco in it, could you openly smoke tobacco out of a 6-foot bong in your S10 if you wanted to?
I think you could, which is why I wanted to put it on. I put it on the list for Moses because I'm like, is that enough? And it's a pretty big bong. Is that enough for if I hadn't parked next to this dude and it had been a cop that parked next to this dude and just looked over and was like, oh, look, a bong is in the car.
Right.
Let's have a chat with this person.
It's drug paraphernalia still, right?
Not if you're not using it to do drugs. On eBay, they used to not let you sell them. That was back in the day. They didn't let you sell drug paraphernalia. They probably still don't. But if you wanted to sell a bong on eBay, you had to call it a tobacco water pipe.
Oh, yeah, that's what they used to do in the stores, too. Like, do not say bong, no matter what. There'd be signs up and stuff.
You ever seen the videos? I don't know if they're real or not, but the videos from the guys who, work at head shops or run head shops, and they go viral on Instagram of undercover, cops trying to come in and convince them to sell them something nefarious. And
I'm looking for a marijuana pipe.
And the guy's always like, dude, don't even try. This is stupid. Just go. Just leave. You're out of here. I don't sell that stuff.
Let's get the hell out of here. Speaking of that, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, May 14th, 2026. I'm going to take a little nap-a-rooney and be back in the saddle, and above the saddle tomorrow. Today I Learned this guy right here.
You ain't really good.
James Blunt.
Harry
Styles.
That's right, Harry Styles, famous from Project Hail Mary. This is a big scene in the movie. Caroline Flack, the late and former host.
That's not what he's famous for.
Of Love Island, dated Harry Styles. The former Love Island host dated Harry Styles when he was 17 and she was 31 years old.
Okay.
What a gap. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast.